following is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare open enrollment? Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Dara Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Dara Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in service, parts, and detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly with less downtime and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage is made possible by Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln, phone 217-735-4444, or go online to grauinc.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road, west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 101 and a half South Kickapoo Street, Suite 6 in Lincoln. Call 217-651-8046. Heartland Bank and Trust Company. Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a Railer, always a Railer. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and the communities it serves. Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Lincoln Mayor Tracy and Annette Welch. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? We thank you for joining us here on the WLCN YouTube feed, on the Mixler app, and, of course, on the airwaves at 96.3 FM, the flagship station for all things Lincoln Raider sports and Lincoln community activities. Jay Harden with Jan Bowers alongside as we get set for the revenge game. This will be a matchup of the two teams that played for a state title last year up at Redbird Arena, and Lincoln, of course, came out on top with Chatham-Glenwood finishing second in the state last year. Two teams that were expected to contend for a CS8 title this year and sit atop the CS8 standings, both with one loss. And you have Springfield Southeast and Springfield in the mix as well. MacArthur handed Glenwood their lone CS8 loss. In fact, Glenwood has lost 3 consecutive games. They lost to Morton, Mahomet Seymour, and Decatur MacArthur. Lincoln coming off of 2 consecutive losses after a big win over Morton last Saturday. They lost to Bartonville Limestone, and of course Thursday night to a very good Pleasant Plains team on the road. Lincoln's going to have to find something within themselves, Jan, today to win this basketball game against a very good Chatham-Glenwood girls team.
Exactly. If I'm correct, I think they've now lost 4 games in a row, Glenwood, because I think they lost to Alton Thursday night.
I think you are correct about that, yes.
So, yes, they're coming off of 4 straight losses. They have a record of 9-6 overall, and they lost to a very strong team. Alton, of course, is one of the top-ranked 4A schools in the division, and they play some good schools. But as you said, they've lost some here, lost one to MacArthur. I think that was probably a surprise loss to them. And the Lady Railers coming off the 2 games. The Limestone game, they had the lead, I believe, at the end of the 3rd quarter, but just got outscored by 4 points and lost another close one on the road, which I think is kind of the story. Both teams tend to have the better at-home record, and so hopefully the Lady Railers will have that advantage here today.
For whatever reason, the ladies lost track of the leading scorer for Limestone, whose name escapes me for the moment. She went off for 25 against them. And then Anna Weber, the fine center for Pleasant Plains, went off for 27 on Thursday night against the ladies. So you cannot let their leading scorer just run wild on you like that. At some point, your defense has got to pick it up. And the ladies dug, again, the old blues song, Dig Myself a Hole. Well, that's what they did against Plains on Thursday night. Got down 15-2 in the first quarter and then played them fairly evenly the rest of the way. Well, that doesn't work. You've got to make up that ground. You can't let yourself get so far behind that now you're chasing and you're struggling. You're giving up easy baskets. They're going to face a very good Glenwood team today. Now, it is a Glenwood team without probably their best player. Alexis Newman, their big center who hurt us so big up at Normal last year, is out with a broken wrist, I believe, until the end of January. So that makes Glenwood a little bit smaller and takes one of their main cogs, but they still have plenty of weapons on this basketball team.
Absolutely. Glenwood comes into this game averaging almost 50 points a game, and the Lady Railers just slightly behind them as they're averaging 45.3 points per game. But I noticed for Glenwood, they seem to be a team that starts off slow and finishes strong. So their first quarters have not been the big points for them, but the 4th quarter is where they seem to score most of their points. That's a concern that Coach Taylor Rohrer has addressed for her same team, is that in the past that they struggled to score the first quarter. In the last couple of games we have done, they did better, but as you mentioned against Plains, they did not. So yeah, first quarter is going to be key in this game.
Lincoln comes into this game with Mia Clark averaging between 13 and 14 a game. McKinley Knapp right around 13 a game. And what we have seen, and Mia Clark, by the way, folks, it's Mia's 17th birthday today, so let's hope she has a very, very happy birthday out here at Roy S. today. But what we have seen, Jan, is that defenses are starting to key on those two. Mia Clark a lot of times faced a double team, or even against the Plains man-to-man, when there were screens set, there was always somebody on the switch to take care of her. And McKinley Knapp many times was triple teamed in the post. There are 2 things from my view that need to happen. One, girls that haven't, or players that haven't faced that before, you've got to figure out a way to get yourself open in different ways than what has worked previously. The other thing is your teammates have got to find a better way to get you the basketball.
Yes, that's smart on the other teams to have the scouting and know that that's the 2 players they need to stop. We need Lily Holmes to continue to step up. She's doing a super job. But, sometimes you have to implement a different style of play. You saw when we had Morton that they had to go to a completely different offense against the defense of Lincoln. Back in the day when I was coaching, and we had Stacy Sparks, who was our outstanding player, and we had a lot of teams box and one, and so I had to create an offense that would actually allow Stacy to still continue to be a threat, and that was putting her inside. So she became an inside post player, having a guard playing one-on-one or playing her man-to-man, and they couldn't stop her. So sometimes we have to find ways, different offenses that will create those opportunities for the leading scorers.
And the other thing, as a coach, when you do something like that, you actually can take that other defense. Let's say if you do that and you put her inside of a box and one, you almost turn that box and one now into a 2-3 zone, and you can align your other players accordingly.
Absolutely. It almost becomes a matchup at that point. Absolutely. So, it's unfortunate that Glenwood was out there leading scorer and rebounder. You hate to see that happen to anybody, but they have players that can step up, and I'm sure they will, and I'm sure that both coaches have a solid game plan for today's contest. As you mentioned, they're both 4-1 at the conference. So this is a crucial game for both of them today, both coming off of losing streaks and trying to get back with the win.
We saw against Pleasant Plains on Thursday night them use, I almost call it a freak defense, because it was very difficult to see how they were aligning. They would align almost like an old Iowa press, but then they would bring the two backs up into the backcourt. So you had almost all 5 players into the backcourt in a zone setup, and then it was almost a run and jump defense, which really caused a lot of confusion for the Lincoln girls. But they faced the run and jump defense probably 4 or 5 times at least this year. It's something they're going to have to get used to, and the guards are going to have to figure out a way not to make mistakes against those types of defenses. One of the mistakes that we saw was you would have the Lincoln guards get across or right at the half-court line and then pick up their dribble, which is going to be a huge no-no against that type of a defense.
Absolutely. We had talked about this when they were playing against Morton. The key to breaking the press is reversing the ball, but you always have to have somebody behind it. So we would always set up with a 1-2-2 and always having somebody blast. Now, they always send somebody deep, which is fine, but you still have to have that middle player. So reversing the ball, getting the ball to the middle is a way to break it, but you always have to have somebody behind it. 2 to 3 dribbles max. So my rule for my players was that if you couldn't get from one side of half court to the elbow, so they always had to angle at the elbows of the opposite free throw line. And if you can't take that angle and can't get there on the dribble, then you're not to dribble it across. You've got to reverse the ball to someone else who can. So sometimes it's just implementing those little rules so that they know, I can't do this. If I can't get to that elbow on a straight dribble, then I've got to stop, find the player behind me, and allow the ball to reverse.
We have seen sometimes this Lincoln team's the players, and it's across the board, they're not always taking that look and recognizing what's going on in front of them. And you can practice that over and over again, but if they get into game situations and that rule goes out of their head, there's not much you can do about it from the sidelines except maybe get a timeout and let them know about it. But that's going to be one of the things against Chatham today, is being able to recognize what Chatham is doing, who may be open, and get the ball in the right hands in the right situations. Because we've seen far too many empty possessions from this Lincoln girls team. You're not going to beat good teams with empty possessions.
Absolutely. The famous saying is defense wins game. Well, that's only if the other areas of the game are working for you. So you can stop the other team, but if you're not able to put the ball in the basket, and putting the ball in the basket comes from, again, having shot opportunities. So if we're turning the ball over more than necessary, not even getting it across half court, then that's taking away from our offensive strength. And again, the defense isn't going to hold up that long. You still have to score more points than the other team.
And I would imagine, as a coach, and you come from a coaching background, I'd rather have shot opportunities that are missed than not have shot opportunities at all, because it might go in.
Absolutely. And there's always the rebound, and there's the freak one that goes in, the foul that occurs that gets you to the free throw line. Yeah, I agree with you. You have to have so many shot attempts. I still laugh. Jan Mowrich and I were talking today about Coach Fultz, and Barb Derber and I each had to take 20 shots a game. That's a lot of shots. And if we didn't, we had to run for it. But he wanted that ball, you got to score. That's why we scored a lot of points. So we were looking offensively to find ways to score.
Oh, boo-hoo, you had to take, that's terrible. I have to take 20 shots a game. Oh, my goodness, that's terrible. Meanwhile, there are other players on the boys' side, and I won't mention any names, that I know that Coach Wallace said, don't you dare shoot the ball. Don't shoot it. No matter what. The only way you shoot the ball is if you're under the basket wide open by yourself. Other than that, no.
Absolutely. So, I'm interested to see what Piper brings to the team. I was excited to see that she got in the game on Thursday night. And, of course, she's not full speed on the floor hopefully will help inspire the other players.
And it looked like she gave him a spark. Not only did she give him a spark just by being there, but she also causes problems for other teams too, because now you have a third threat on the floor that you did not have before. You've got to pay attention to her because she can go inside or outside. She can rebound. She can play the defense, and she's going to give you some good minutes. Now the question is, how many of those minutes is she going to be able to give you until she gets herself fully into shape? Obviously, Taylor Rohrer doesn't want to extend her too far because you don't want to have a relapse as she continues to work forward. But hopefully she can get herself in shape and be ready come tournament time, because that's really when it's going to count.
Absolutely. And the big key, I think, is her rebounding that I think will help the Lady Railers tremendously.
So we are about ready to start things here at Royce Anderson Gymnasium. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 90-second timeout. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups for today's contest between the Titans of Chatham-Glenwood and the Lady Rail Splitters of Lincoln.
This is Corporal Brian Clemens with the Lincoln Police Department. This week, Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers is seeking information in reference to copper gutters that have been stolen off churches in the last couple of weeks. On December 6th at 1:54 p.m., 2 subjects stole a copper downspout off the Zion Lutheran Church at 205 Pulaski Street. They were both on bicycles, and one was wearing a Chicago Bears jacket, the other was wearing a tan coat and blue jeans. If you have any information on this crime, please contact Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers anonymously at 217-732-3000 or the Lincoln Police Department at 217-732-2151. Tips leading to an arrest could receive a cash reward up to $1,000. Crime Stoppers only wants your information, not your name.
The Lincoln Logan County Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week is brought to you by Me Realty, supporting a thriving community safe for families through support of the Crime Stoppers program. Me Realty, 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Chatham-Glenwood has their cheerleaders on the floor. Lincoln's girls in front of Coach Taylor Rohrer. Chatham's girls in front of Alyssa Riley. And Jan and I both have lights working here because the lights are out here at Royce. The band is here today. And a good crowd here at Royce Anderson. Good crowd from Chatham-Glenwood making the trip up here on I-55. Jan, the starting lineups. First for Chatham-Glenwood.
All right. Let me get my mic here. Chatham-Glenwood coming into the game with a record of 9-6 will be starting at one guard, a sophomore, 5'7", number 4, Ava Bobb. Another guard, 5'4", senior, number 14, Caitlin Lennon. At third guard, a senior, 5'7", number 24, Rowan Law. And a forward, number 30, Macy Martinowski, a 5'10" senior. And a final guard, sophomore, 5'9", number 34, Hope Gilmore.
Again, Glenwood without their leading scorer and leading rebounder, Alexis Newman, the big sophomore, out with a fractured wrist. As the hype video plays for Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters, done by our own Connor Shaw. And Grandpa Keith Johnson sitting in his customary seat near half court down in front of us. Lights are out. The music is playing. And I'll turn it over to my broadcast partner, Jan Bowers, for the starting lineup for Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters with a record of 8-8.
All right, Lincoln, of course, coached by Taylor Rohrer. They will start 4 juniors and a senior. Number 2, 5'7" junior, Lily Holmes. Another junior, 5'4", Grace Schneider. She wears number 3. Number 11 is Mason McLeod, 5'6" junior. And our 4th junior, of course, number 25, our leading scorer, Mia Clark, stands at 5'9". And at center, number 31, McKinley Knapp, our 5'9", again, only senior starting for the Lincoln Lady Railers.
I believe both Knapp and Mia Clark have been in double figures of 13 of the 15, actually 13 games for Mia Clark of the 16 she's played in, and 13 of the 15 for McKinley Knapp.
We actually have Mia's averaging 13.5 points a game and McKinley at 12.6.
And McKinley was the leading scorer against Plains on Thursday night. She had 14 points and is one of the tougher players that you're going to find in the post.
Yeah, I really enjoy watching McKinley on the inside. She does a great job of posting up, and she has some great moves. I really enjoy watching her.
Ava Bobb, and if that name sounds familiar, she's the granddaughter of Dan Bobb. Caitlin Lennon, I believe, is the sister of Luke Lennon. And Bobb and Knapp about to tip it up at half court. Lady Railers moving from left to right on your radio dial. Tap is up and controlled in the backcourt to Gilmore. They get it to Rowan Law. Law across the timeline, gets it to Bobb. Bobb goes right side Lennon, out front Law. Lennon operating right in front of the Lincoln bench. Is Glenwood going to spread it out? They've got all 5 players. Now they do have a post. Posting one at the free throw line. They go inside to Ava Bobb. Ball batted away. And Grace Schneider's going to get nailed for a foul on the reach.
Yeah, Chatham Glenwood running something very similar to what Morton did in the second half with a 5 perimeter offense and then having a guard dive inside for that middle player. So that's really going to extend the Lady Railer defense.
Ava Bobb to inbound right side of their basket. Threw the ball over the head of Rowan Law and out of bounds. And it'll go Lincoln's way. So a break for Lincoln on the turnover. And now Chatham going to press all over the floor. Glenwood man-to-man press. And they get it inbounds to Mia Clark. Mia left-hand dribble against Hope Gilmore. And now Chatham pulls the press back. Clark across timeline, goes out front. Schneider. Schneider way out front between the circles. Schneider right side. Clark, 20-footer, back of the iron, no good. Ball going to go out of bounds, and it'll go Chatham's way. Jan, Lincoln got at least a decent look out of that, probably a little further out, though, than Taylor Rohrer wanted.
Yeah, it was a set play there, well executed, just didn't hit the shot, but it did everything we needed to, and it was a wide-open shot there for Mia.
Law out front, right side Lennon. In the corner, Ava Bobb, 3 on the way, good. Ava Bobb hits a shot out of the corner, and Chatham draws first blood. 3-0, 7:07 to go. Lincoln gets the ball inbounds to Schneider against the Glenwood pressure. Now Glenwood pulls back. Schneider against Lennon. Schneider right side Clark. Clark, Knapp on the pop out. Looks, looking for somebody. Knapp out front, left side Schneider. Schneider, lob pass inside Knapp. Knapp against Gilmore, up and good! McKinley Knapp got it inside. And it's 3-2.
Great control there by McKinley. She took her time and waited until she was able to create the open shot.
Chatham the other way. Lennon in front of the Lincoln bench. Bobb, nice fake, 18-footer, up and no good. Rebound, Mason McLeod rips it out of there. Quickly to Grace Schneider. Schneider going to slow things down as Lincoln goes into a box set. Knapp lost the ball out of bounds.
Again, this is what you had talked about. It's those possessions. Both teams with a couple with turnovers here in the early going, but we need those possessions. Those are unforced turnovers.
And really frustrating when you played good defense on the other end, got him to miss a shot, and got the board, and come down and just don't get anything out of it. Bobb in the lane, ball stripped away, and Lincoln with the turnover. Good defense by the Lady Railers so far here. They go quickly ahead to Mack. McKinley Knapp right side, out front Mia Clark. Clark, Holmes, and threw the ball through her hands, ball on the floor. Lily dives for it on the jump ball. Lincoln will have it.
Yeah, Lincoln just needs to secure the ball. We're just we're looking for the next pass instead of receiving and protecting the ball.
They go into Clark on a set play out of the corner. They don't get anything out of it. Clark's going to drive in. Mia drives in. Scoop layup. Good. Hope Gilmore went for the ball. Mia protected it and got the scoop layup. It's 4-3 Lady Railers. 5:37 to go here in the first quarter. Bob inside Lennon. Lennon down the lane. Ball stripped away by Clark. They get it back. Shot up Martinowski. No good. Rebound ripped out of there. Was it Ava Bob? Yep,
Bob,
she goes up for it and gets fouled. Ava Bob with the hustle inside. There'll be 2 fouls on Lincoln. Lily Holmes, that is her first foul and the team's second.
Yeah, we're going to really have to decide how we're going to guard Bob. She's a very aggressive player, inside and outside.
Ava Bob knocks down the first of 2. So it's Lincoln 4, Ava Bob 4. 5'7" sophomore with the second one. Up and no good. Gilmore there to get the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Lincoln, and not sure about that one.
Well, unfortunately, I do think she got her on the arm. She went straight up, but I think her elbows and the elbows of the Glenwood player touched, and that was a foul called.
Foul call on Mesa McLeod. I thought it might have been on Knapp, so it was on Mesa. That is her first, but the team's third already here in the first quarter. Martinowski, the fake, goes inside Gilmore. Gilmore got called for 3 seconds in the lane. She tried to plow into McKinley Knapp, and McKinley stepped aside, and Gilmore fell down. Smart play by McKinley. McLeod to inbounds, gets it into Mia.
So the press that they're running is the man-to-man denial on the first pass, but no pressure after that. So Lady Railers just able to walk it up from there.
Mia drove in and lost the ball out of bounds. It was stripped from her. She touches it last, and it goes back to Glenwood. Nice aggression by Mia Clark. Just couldn't hang on to it going down the lane.
Yes, again, a tale of the turnovers here early for both teams.
Rowan Law will handle it out front, and lazy pass could have been stolen there by Lincoln to Bob, free throw line. Stolen by Holmes. Lily off to the races. Lily down the lane, up and no good, and got fouled. Late call by the official. Let's see who this foul is on for Glenwood. I think it's on Rowan Law. It is. Her first, their first, and Lily Holmes going to go to the free throw line, averaging nearly 10 points a game.
Yeah, great steal there by Lily and taking it down and drawing the foul. Took it strong on the left side. I like seeing that.
Up and good. The first one up and good for Lily Holmes. You know, Jan Lily's one of those girls. She's got some length to her. She's a good athlete, and she's got some strength to her as well. Second one up and nice little rainbow shot up and good. And make it 6-4 Lincoln with 4:49 to go here in the first quarter.
I think Lily is going to continue to improve, and by the time she's a senior, I think she's going to be an outstanding player.
Glenwood runs a break real quick. They get a shot up, no good. Bob gets it under the bucket, and a jump ball call as Mesa McLeod reached for the ball. And on the alternating possession, it'll stay Glenwood.
Lady Railers going to have to do a better job blocking out here, Jay. You've got very aggressive Chatham Glenwood players going to the offensive board.
They tried to go inside to Gilmore, overthrew the ball, and Mesa comes out of there with it. Here comes Lily the other way. Lily, right side Knapp. Knapp, out front Schneider. Schneider, out front Clark. Looking inside, they're looking inside for Holmes. Clark, back to Lily. Lily drives in, cut off by Ava Bob. Gets it to Knapp. McKinley to Mia. Mia between the circles. Mia throws it baseline Knapp. 15-footer, around and out, no good. Rebound, Rowan Law, and here comes Chatham the other way.
Another good shooting opportunity for Lincoln. I'd like to see them post Knapp up inside a little bit, see if we can get a basket from her down low.
Martinowski back out front to Bob, to Lennon. 3:56 to go here in the first quarter. Lennon, left side Bob. They tried to go inside, threw the ball away. And Chatham looks a little bit out of sync, and they may be without the services of Alexis Newman. Right side, they go inside to Knapp. Nice lob pass. Knapp had the ball stripped away.
That was just good defense. I think that was a clean block.
Coming the other way, Rowan Law. Law out front, Lennon back out to Law. They go to Hope Gilmore. Gilmore back out front, Lennon. She lost the ball between her legs. Nearly went into the backcourt. Here she comes down the lane. Nobody stopped her up and rolled around. No good. Rebound McKinley Knapp. Knapp with nice position inside. Both teams playing hard so far, but not much to show for it on the scoreboard. Clark, left side against Gilmore. Clark, spin move. Out front, Knapp. Knapp to Schneider. Schneider to Holmes. Holmes, Clark. Clark, long three-pointer up, in and out, no good. Wow, did everything but go down.
Exactly, another good look for Mia. Those will start dropping.
Law goes right side, Lennon. They go in the corner, Gilmore. Gilmore against Clark, drives baseline, and Mia, I think, is going to get called for a push on the baseline. She did. That's one thing, Jan, you got to cut off that baseline.
Absolutely. That would have been a lot of running drills under Coach Foltz. If you do not get that foot on the baseline, you are in trouble.
And making her first appearance here in Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium will be Pretty Piper Whiteman to come into the basketball game for Lincoln. We're going to keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout. Tell you about many of our fine sponsors. Jan, let's check during this timeout the Me Realty list of the game. 3 keys to tonight's basketball game for the Lady Raiders.
Well,
we probably talked about it in the pregame.
Exactly. As we've talked about, turnovers are a key. We've got to minimize those. We've got to hit the defensive boards. That's going to make a huge difference in this ball game. And I think we're going to have to hit free throws. I think that's going to be important down the stretch. That's tonight's list of the game, brought to you by Me Realty. When you're ready to list your home, contact the professionals at Me Realty. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean and online at myfgec.org. 6-4 the score. Lincoln ahead, 2:41 to go here in the first quarter. Chatham to inbound. They look to inbounds, and she traveled on the baseline. I don't know why.
You don't see that very often.
No.
There's a travel out of bounds with the dead ball. We'll take it.
Michaela Diamond in the basketball game for Chatham and walked out of bounds. Lincoln. Schneider gets it across timeline. Chatham with that tough man-to-man defense. Threw it to Holmes. I'm not sure Lily was ready for that.
I don't think
Lily
so
spins
either.
in the lane. Ball batted away and another turnover. And here comes Hope Gilmore the other way. Mia all over her, and could have been a foul called there, and nobody. And Mesa fighting for the basketball. And the jump ball, it'll stay Lincoln's way. And Lincoln caught a break there with no foul called against Mia Clark.
Well, they did. You can see that Mia was trying not to foul, doing their best they can. We've got 4 of our starters each with the first foul, and we surely do not want to get Mia with her second foul early on in this first half.
Lane Matthew in the basketball game now for Chatham. They get it inbounds to Mia. Mia had this ball taken from behind by Rowan Law, right in front of the bench.
Again, just not protecting the ball. Not protecting the ball.
They go right side. Law had the ball nearly stripped away by Clark. Back they go to Bob. Bob, cross court, Matthew. Matthew with a three-pointer up. No good, didn't hit anything. Saved inbounds by Chatham to Bob. Bob will throw it up and got it. And I think it's going to go against Sienna Adams. Let's see. Count the bucket. Sienna Adams with the foul. McKinley Knapp back in the basketball game for Lincoln. She's wearing a bandage, jammed her thumb. Mia Clark going to take a seat. Minute 53 to go, and Bob with a chance to give Chatham the lead.
Bob with all 6 points so far for Glenwood.
Ava Bob up and got it. You think Grandpa makes her run if she misses free throws?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I think it's a perhaps, yes. I think you're right. You miss free throws, Grandpa shows up at the door. Hey, you're running, girl. And the ball stripped away by Bob, and it's going to go. Oh, they call it out of bounds. I thought that was going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, we got a break there.
Oh, there is a break there.
Glenwood very aggressive defensively. And again, Lincoln just not protecting the ball. They're not using their body, not using their arm to protect. That's basic fundamental offense.
Schneider gets around Bob, goes down the lane. Schneider back to Whiteman. Piper down the lane. Piper going to get called for the travel, and she was.
You know, we're trying to dribble the ball inside. When we do that, Glenwood is double and triple teaming us, and we've got to recognize that, penetrate, and then dish off before that double and triple team comes.
There's also nothing wrong with stopping there for about 10 feet and knocking a shot or taking a shot. Law back out front. Bob, top of the key, 3. Box out by Adams. Could have been called for a foul there. Sienna hit her pretty hard. Sienna going to go all the way, throws it up, doesn't get it, and here comes Chatham the other way.
I like what Sienna did there. She took it aggressive. She had the open look. It was just tough to finish.
Law out front, Matthew. Again, all 5 Chatham players outside the arc. 55 seconds to go here in the quarter. Martinaski back to Bob, to Matthew. Matthew going to take another 3 from out front. Didn't. It may have hit something, and Chatham tried to save the ball, and one Chatham player struck it off of another one out of bounds. and it'll be Lincoln basketball with 44.7 on the clock.
All right, we need a basket here. We need a good offense, work the ball around. That 5 passes you have talked about before. Got to get it in first.
Yeah, they were going to try that lob pass, and the floater passes just aren't working. Lincoln has struggled many times to get the ball inbounds against pressure.
And they're using the face guard defense, and you have to set screens, you have to flare, you have to make a double move.
And that was thrown away. Unfortunately, Adams was able to chase it down.
It takes 2 moves to get open on that, not just one.
Adams around the screen from Whiteman. Adams back to Piper. Piper going to go down the lane, throws it up. Nope. To McLeod in the corner. Mace out of the corner. Up. No good. Rebound Ava Bob, and here they come with 23 seconds on the clock and up 7-6.
Need a stop here. Need a good stop.
They go inside Martinowski. Nice little spin move. Left-handed shot up and good. Martinowski with a nice move, and it's 9-6 Glenwood. 9 seconds on the clock. Schneider quickly up the floor against Bob. Grace crossover dribble. Grace goes in the corner. Knapp out front. McLeod 3 on the way. No good. Whiteman had a good box out. Couldn't get to the basketball, and the clock goes off, and at the end of one quarter it'll be Chatham 9 and Lincoln 6. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 60-second timeout.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Jay Hart and Jan Bowers back here at Royce Anderson Gymnasium. Close first quarter. Chatham up 9-6 over Lincoln Ladies Railers. And Jan, Lincoln needs to start getting some scoring from some of their guards.
They do. We have 2 points each from Holmes, Clark, and Knapp. Bob is leading Glenwood with 7 points, and Martinowski chipped in 2 points in the first quarter.
And what is the call here?
I think something wrong with the clock or the arrow. I'm not sure which. You know, we run the weave, and teams know how to defend that, and they're starting to double team and do a run and jump on top every time we do that weave, and that's dangerous for Lincoln, and we've got to recognize that. Sometimes you have to get the ball and take a dribble backwards to set and see what the defense is giving you.
So, not sure what the issue was. Official check with the bench, and Chatham inbounds. They go in the corner, Lennon. Lennon against the Lincoln defense. Out front, Law. Law to Gilmore. Gilmore to Lennon. They go inside Martinowski. Travel, no call. She spins around, throws it up. Got it. Count the bucket. The foul going to be on Mia Clark.
Yeah, I think she got away with one there. And unfortunately, that's the second foul on Mia early here in the first half.
Martinowski is a free throw line with the and one. 7:40 to go here in the half. Martinowski misses it. Knapp comes down with a rebound.
All right, I like this slowing it down here. Looks like we're going to have a set play.
Schneider. Knapp left wing. Knapp, Holmes. Holmes kick out to Clark. Mia 3 on the way. Left side. No good. Battle for the rebound, and Ava Bob comes out of there with it. Quickly ahead. They go to Lennon. Lennon, 10-footer off the baseline. Up, no good. Chatham with the rebound. Martinowski has it. Lincoln had all sorts of players under the bucket, and the ball just fell right in between them.
Again, we talked about that of releasing to the ball. Blocking out is one thing, but somebody has to go get the ball.
Foul, I believe, was on Lily Holmes. That is her second. 2 on Lincoln already. This quarter was less than a minute has expired. Martinowski misses the first of 2. Piper Whiteman back in the basketball game.
This is the 6th free throw now being shot by Glenwood. Lincoln only with 2.
Martinowski. Second one up and got it. So that makes it 12-6 Glenwood. Martinowski and Bob with all of their points so far as McLeod will inbound, gets it into Snyder. And you're right, they pull that press off. The minute Lincoln gets the ball inbounds, that pressure comes off. Here comes Snyder quickly up the floor. Out near the volleyball line, goes right side Holmes. Holmes, Knapp, Whiteman. Whiteman around a screen. Piper, left side Schneider. They're posting Knapp inside through the lob pass. And Lincoln got bailed out there.
We did. That was a dangerous pass. We've got to see the weak side defense. But if that defender is looking for that, then whoever her offensive player is, that's the blast to the elbow. That's where the open is. Fake that pass inside and then blast that offensive player to the elbow.
The foul was on Rowan Law. That is her second to first on Chatham this quarter. McLeod to inbound. The lob pass to McKinley. McKinley, 10-footer up and good. Off the glass and in. 12-8 the score. McKinley Knapp with 4. 6:44 to go here in the half. Bob out front. 20-footer. No good. Martinowski right there. It hit the board. Came right to her. She lays it up and in.
We know how difficult it is to rebound when you have three-point shots, and especially when it's coming from the top of the key because the angles are totally different. But we've got to find a body. We've got to put a body on their two aggressive rebounders, and that's Martinowski and Bob.
Piper Whiteman against Hope Gilmore, goes to Snyder. Snyder around Gilmore. Snyder now going to get pressure, just throws it up, and she got bailed out there. And let's see if the foul is on Ava Bob. I think it may be. Let's see. Yep.
And again, that's a little run and jump that Glenwood is doing there, and we've got to recognize that. And Grace did a good job of maintaining her composure on that, and I like seeing her drive. They're not used to guarding a lefty.
First one up, rolls around and out, and no good.
A little clear out with her at a pick and roll would be awesome.
Michaela Diamond in the ball game for Rowan Law as Alyssa Riley gets her out with 2 fouls. Snyder's second one up and got it. 14-9 as Sienna Adams going to come in for Grace. Lincoln extending the pressure in the backcourt.
That was a travel right there.
Oh, and threw the ball away, and Bob comes out of there with it. They go in the corner. Martinowski, long three, too hard. Rebound, good position by Lily Holmes to seal in Hope Gilmore, and Lincoln comes out of there with it. Adams drives quickly, left side against Lennon. Adams out front, Whiteman. Piper, hand off to Lily. Lily picked up her dribble, looking for somebody. Threw it to McLeod. It goes off of Chatham. Let's see if it goes. And they say it was off Lincoln last. I don't agree with that call. It looked like it was off the Chatham player. She batted it out of bounds.
She did. We're in that 1-2 dribble, pick it up, 1-2 dribble, pick it up, and that just will not work against an aggressive defense like Chatham has.
So Chatham will inbound. 5:41 to go here in the quarter, up 14-9. Martinowski out front to Bob. Bob going to drive in free throw line, gives it to Gilmore. Gilmore traveled the basketball, and the official caught it out front.
And most of Chatham's offense is coming really off of their rebounds because, again, they're running an offense I bet they never run except against Lincoln because of the defense that we play. So they're out of sorts, but it's the rebounding that has made the difference for them.
Adams behind the back dribble across the timeline. There's a reach in and ball batted away. Again, Lincoln not taking very good care of the basketball. McLeod picked up her dribble in a bad spot, threw the ball away. Holmes was able to grab it real quick. Holmes hand off to Whiteman. Piper going to spin move. Piper out front Adams. And Adams going to get called for the travel.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I do like about Sienna Adams is when she drives into the defensive player, and that's what creates the space that she can make a pass. That's a good job by Sienna.
Bob out front, Lennon left side. Shot out of the corner by Diamond, up no good. Hope Gilmore battles for the rebound. Ball on the floor, Knapp comes out with it. Knapp to McLeod to Schneider.
And I'd like to see us run an offense that puts Knapp down low. Try to work the ball into her. She's there now.
They post McKinley down low. She's double teamed front and back. Whiteman going to drive down the lane. Piper scoop layup. Got it!
Piper.
Oh! Piper Whiteman with a layup and a harm.
Is that her first basket of the year?
That's her first basket of tonight. She had 4 points the other night.
4 points the other night. Very good. Good job, Piper. Good drive and good finish. Good protection as she went up. She held the ball very, very wide in the body, which protected it from the defense. That's a great job.
Piper Whiteman to the free throw line. The foul was on Hope Gilmore, her first, and Piper can bring Lincoln within 2. The senior flies it up and rolled it home. Mia Clark going to come in for Piper.
Good minutes there by Piper.
And Lincoln will extend the pressure just a little bit. And Sienna goes for the basketball, and a jump ball is called. What defense by Sienna Adams there. Stepped in, grabbed that pass as it went to Ava Bob, and hung on for dear life.
Sienna's trying to bring a little spark to the team.
That's the intensity we're talking about. You got to have that intensity if you're going to compete at this level. McLeod in the Knapp. Knapp, had a cutter in Schneider, couldn't get it to her. McLeod, a bomb three, short, didn't hit anything, might have hit the net. And it goes out of bounds, and it will be Chatham basketball.
That was almost a Caitlin Clark three right there.
It was. And not sure that's the shot that Coach wanted out of that offense. 4:28 to go. They go quickly ahead of Martinowski. Martinowski back to Ava Bob. Bob left-handed dribble, goes to Gilmore. Free throw line, Lennon. Martinowski. Little spin move. Ball on the floor. Adams goes for it again. Ball all over the floor. In the corner they go. Lennon through her hands and out of bounds. And Lincoln got Chatham playing faster than I'm sure they wanted to at that point. And they turned the ball over.
And Jay, we take a lot of threes in the game, but we shoot less than 30% from three. We've got to find a way to create other open shots. And we're trying to penetrate, but again, it's that pull-up jumper, or it's getting rid of the balls sooner than getting into trouble. But we can't live and die by that three. It's just not a consistent shot.
You look a lot better when you're making them, and when you're not making them, you don't look so good.
Yeah, when the first one goes in, everybody gets excited, but we got to think of the other ones that we have not hit.
Or sometimes you have players that are being closely guarded and they finally get open, and I'm open now, I'm going to shoot it. Where are you? Well, I don't know where I'm at on the floor.
Right.
Mesa will inbound. Chatham going with a face-up, man-to-man pressure in the backcourt. Mesa looking to inbound. Don't throw that floater. Gets it into Adams.
Nice job there. Did you see how Adams turned, protected that ball, got down in a bent-over position? That's what we miss out of a lot of our players.
Right side they go Schneider. Schneider around the Knapp screen. Knapp released. Schneider, Clark, Mia looking for something. Mia's going to drive in the lane. Mia, good pass to McKinley. Up and almost got it. That was a heck of a play.
It was. Good recognition there by Mia to see the second defensive player come over, and good patience and a good job by Knapp. She could have just stood and not followed up, but she followed the offensive player and was right there to receive it.
And Jan, you know this, when you go north and south instead of east and west, you're going to create more things because you're attacking at that point in time. And McKinley, first one up and no good. It rattled around and didn't go down. Still 14-12. The foul was on number 22, Michaela Diamond. That was her first. And the fourth on Chatham here in the second quarter. Second one for Big Mac, up and good. She brings it to within one.
That's 4 for 7
14-13.
now. Lady Railers 4 for 7 from the free throw line.
Chatham in the backcourt. They have Lane Matthew in the basketball game for them. Bob nearly trapped sideline. Bob has to stop in the corner and lost it out of bounds. Good defense by Lincoln. Got her trapped in the corner. Mia Clark did not commit the foul. She's got two and didn't pick up that third.
All right, see if we can take advantage and come away with the basket off this.
They get into Schneider quick. Grace ran it up the floor and then brings it back out.
Good patience there by Grace.
Lincoln going into a motion here. They get it to Mia. Mia goes into Mesa. Mesa free throw line. Lob pass into McKinley. Up and good. Nice position by McKinley Knapp. Left-handed layup up and good, and Lincoln has the lead, 15-14.
And a nice assist by Mace McLeod on that play.
Matthew in the corner. Gilmore. Matthew, the long three. Got it. Oh, my. Lane Matthew into the basketball game. A one-hand push shot from 19, and it went down. 17-15, the Glenwood lead. Adams out front against Bob. Left-handed dribble. Goes right side. Nice pass to Mia Clark. Clark batted away by Gilmore. A lot of contact there and no call. They go ahead. McKinley Knapp comes out of there with it. Throws it to Mia. Mia's going to go down the lane. Left-handed up and good. And we're tied at 17 with 2:40 to go here in the half.
We got a break there, but we'll take it.
Lincoln backs up and now going to put some pressure on in the half court against Ava Bob. Bob out front, picked up her dribble, goes right side. They go back out front to Bob. Bob Gilmore, free throw line. Gilmore going to drive down the lane against Knapp. Gilmore, what's the call here? And a foul on Big Mac.
It was. Good defense. It was a good drop
No,
down.
what was the call? What was the call? The officials clapping his hands. Was it a jump ball called?
I'm not sure. I thought for sure it was a foul.
There was no foul called, so I'm going to presume, well, they haven't moved the arrow, so it's still staying Chatham. Let's see what happens here. Ball is going to go out to Chatham.
He may have said it was an inadvertent whistle.
Could be.
I'm not sure.
They go into Gilmore. And a traveling call out front on Lane Matthew, the junior. We're tied at 17, 2:16 to go here in the first half.
Lady Railers will be in the bonus if we can draw another foul.
McLeod to inbounds. They go into Lily. Lily in the backcourt. Will work against Lennon. Lennon chest bumping her across the timeline. Now Lily strong with the basketball. Throws it into Knapp. Knapp triple team. Kick out Clark. Nice fake by Mia. Mia goes down the lane up and good. A great move by Mia Clark. Lays it up in hand.
Good recognition there by Mia. A little ball fake drew that defense, and she found the lane all the way to the basket. But it was a great kick out by Knapp to start it.
Ladies lead 19-17. Martinowski threw the ball in the backcourt. That'll be a backcourt violation on Chatham. Kerrigan Matthews in the basketball game for Chatham.
Again, that's the advantage of what happens when you go inside, outside in your offense. And it led to an easy basket for Lincoln.
We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take this advantage to tell you about many of our fine sponsors. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game. Located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. And no matter what the temperature is outside, doesn't some of their frozen custard sound awfully good right now, Jan?
Really good, you bet.
Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauincorporated.com. Chestnut Health Systems offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, located at 628 North Chicago in Lincoln. Brian can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance. He's got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Call 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Both teams headed back out on the floor. And I'll tell you, Jan, the Lincoln ladies playing a little bit better. You can kind of feel the intensity of this game's kind of gone up in this quarter, and you can kind of feel it.
It has, and I'm going to tell you that. I think that's Sienna Adams. I think that's what she brought to the team. And she's on the bench right now, but let's see if Lincoln can maintain that.
McLeod inbounds to Holmes to Snyder. Again, Lincoln up 19-17, minute 42 to go here in the half. Snyder out front, still out front. Gets it to Whiteman. Whiteman right side. Holmes, top of the key. Holmes inside to Piper. Overthrew her. Piper saves it. Oh, no. I don't think she was out of bounds.
I didn't think she was either. I didn't think so either.
Official anticipated that one, and Piper going to call for stepping on the baseline. And Alexis, well, nope. Let's see. Substitution coming in the game for Glenwood. And I'm checking roster here, and she is not on our roster.
Which one was that?
54.
54. No, I don't have her on either.
I think.
Well, I got it from you, so of course I don't have it.
No. Yeah, it's not on the roster here. She could be one of their JV players.
Yeah.
We'll try and get you a name. Bob in the lane, up and no good. Rebound battle for.
Could have been over the back.
And it was a call.
All right.
The call, let's see here. The call's going to go against Martinowski. I'm always amazed, though, that the official that's standing 45 feet away can make that call, but the guy under the basket lost his whistle somehow.
Because sometimes you can't, from that view, can't see the body contact. You're seeing the over the top, but maybe not the body, but that wasn't over the top.
Martinowski with the foul. That's 5 fouls on Chatham. So Piper going to go at the free throw line. Pretty Piper Whiteman at the free throw line. and no good by Piper Whiteman. And you're right, free throws are going to come into play here at some point.
It is. Piper 1 for 2. Let's see if she can knock the second one down here.
Jan, I'm going to guess, I think number 54 might be freshman Amelia Olson. They list her at 5'10", and I think that's who she is. So we're going to go for that right now. She's awfully thin, and she looks like a freshman. Piper makes this, no offense, but Piper makes the second one. Martinowski traveling in the backcourt. The officials missed that one. Lennon, 15-footer, elbow extended, no good. Gilmore just shoves Grace Snyder out of the way, gets the rebound, throws it up and in, and gets the foul. Foul is on Grace Snyder. Her second, and the team's third, so Gilmore with a chance to tie up the ball game with 58 seconds on the clock.
Gilmore's very aggressive on that offensive rebound, and coming from that weak side, that's always the difficulty in this defense.
Gilmore up and good. And here comes the pressure. Now Grace is going to beat the press across the timeline. Grace, left side Whiteman. Piper, Gilmore hacks her, and the official got that one as Piper took one to the face. That'll be 2 on Hope Gilmore. Piper going to go to free throw line with 2 more. First one up, knocks it home. Jan, kind of nice to get them into the penalty so early in the quarter and go to the free throw line a few times.
Absolutely, that's helped us. You got Dad Kirk Whiteman down there on the front row watching Piper play here today. I'm sure he's worked on this free throw many times.
Got them both. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and the senior drops home 2 to put Lincoln up 22-20, 50.8 on the clock. In the backcourt is Chatham. Diamond in the backcourt. Gets it across to Lennon. Lennon going to drive in. Ran the break and threw it off of her teammate's foot and out of bounds. Lincoln will have the basketball with 43 seconds to go.
And Lincoln did its job. It forced Chatham into going at a faster pace than they wanted and forced a turnover.
Oh, a bad pass from McLeod to Whiteman. And Chatham gets the ball again, and Bob going to throw up a 3 up, no good. Olson saves it inbounds to Martinowski. Out front Bob, and Chatham may play for the last shot of the quarter. In the corner they go Olson. She traveled the basketball, no call. Out front Bob. Bob, Lennon, they go around to Diamond. 3-pointer on the way, good. And that puts them ahead. 20 seconds on the clock. McLeod still having trouble getting the ball inbounds. Adams going to run it up the court against Bob. And now picks up her dribble in a bad spot. Throws it inside net, nearly threw it away. McKinley looking for somebody. Kick out Mesa. Mesa step back shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Chatham, and Olson picks it out of there. 3 seconds on the clock. They throw it to Diamond, blocked by Knapp. And at the end of the half, and Corey Farmer is screaming mad at the officials. Corey Farmer and Taylor Rohr are both lighting the officials up at half court. Lincoln down 23-22 at half. And the Lincoln coaches still have not gone to the locker room.
Is it the travels? I'm not sure what they were
I think
there.
it's the travels, that girl plainly traveled.
Yes.
And they're not calling it, and he just lit the officials up, as did Taylor Rohr. So at the end of the first half, it is Chatham 23 and Lincoln 22. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Jan and I will have the Ground Incorporated halftime show. You're listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer Basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage is made possible by Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln since 1953. Located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734. Dara Entwistle,
Welcome to the Grau Incorporated halftime show. We're at Royce Anderson Gymnasium. Chatham with a flurry there at the end of the half leads at 23-22 over Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters in a first half of basketball that featured hard play but turnovers by both teams, which led to some empty possessions and some scores off of those turnovers. Lincoln was ahead briefly in the second quarter, but Chatham came back with a three-point play and goes ahead 23-22 here at halftime. Jan, do you have first half totals for scoring here?
I do. Let's start off first of all with Chatham Glenwood. They are led by Ava Bob and Macy Martinowski each with 7 points. 3 points for Michaela Diamond, also for Hope Gilmore, and for Kerrigan Matthews is for their scoring 23 points. For the Lincoln Lady Railers, also with 5 players getting into the scoring column. Lily Holmes with 2 points, Grace Schneider with 1 on a free throw, Mia Clark with 6 points, led by McKinley Knapp with 7 points, and Piper Whiteman coming away with 6 points, and most importantly, 4 for 5 in free throws there in the second quarter, and that made the difference. Lincoln is 8 for 11 from the free throw line, and Chatham Glenwood is 4 for 7.
And you can't fault 8 for 11 from the free throw line. That's an acceptable percentage no matter where you're playing at. Observation though of the first half, and I'll go back to this. It's a recurring thing. Take better care of the basketball, because the empty possessions where you get a turnover and then you turn it right back over, you're not getting anything out of it. You're penalizing almost your defense for playing well. You're not taking advantage of it. Taking care of the basketball, Lincoln's going to have to do a better job in the second half if they want to win this basketball game.
Absolutely. Chatham Glenwood is coming out very aggressive. Their man-to-man defense, they're running and jumping. As soon as we do the weave on top, the back player whose offensive player is the back, or the offensive person with the ball, their back is to that defense. So as soon as they come off that weave, that run and jump is the surprise. So that's something that hopefully we will make an adjustment at halftime. You come off that dribble again, you've got to back the ball up. The backup dribble and the creating space dribble is so very important, and that's something that the Lady Railers need to work on. And again, protecting the ball. Again, we talked about Sienna Adams and how she's able to get bent over and the ball is in between her body so the defense can't get to it. And many of our players don't do that. That's something that we need to work on.
And you have to be able to match their intensity and their aggression. They've got at least 3 players. I can think of Martinowski, Ava Bob especially, and Hope Gilmore that are very aggressive out there on both ends of the floor. You have got to have all of your kids matching that aggressiveness if you hope to win this basketball game, because if you don't, they're going to get you at some point.
Yes, we've got some shorter players on the floor, but that doesn't mean you can't block out, and that doesn't mean, when I played at ISU and I had all of the tall trees, I let them block out, and I went in and got the rebound, and they're all like, she took my rebound. I said, you can have it, the stats, but we've got the ball, and that's what's important. So everybody has to rebound on the defensive end. I don't care how tall you are. You can put a body on somebody. Your behind can get into their knees and waist, and it can drive them back.
Coach Knight always had a saying. He said, not everybody can shoot, not everybody is tall, not everybody is talented, but anybody can try. Anybody can put forth effort out there. It doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are as a basketball player on the floor. You can put forth effort, and that a lot of times what we're talking about is all about effort. It's nothing more than just putting the effort forward to say, I'm going to go get the basketball. Absolutely. Or I'm going to put a body on somebody so somebody else can go get the basketball.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we have to talk about is in our defense now, with Glenwood playing the 5 perimeter, that's pulling our taller players away from the basket.
I've seen, and Chatham was ahead 9-6 at the end of the first quarter. Lincoln outscored them 16-14 in the second quarter. I think Lincoln's defense has been pretty good so far this evening. Chatham's defense, I think, has been pretty good too. So it's a tale of two teams playing pretty good defense, but again, they haven't really taken great care of the basketball either. They've had some instances where they've clearly just thrown it away, and Lincoln's gotten some breaks, but Lincoln has got to take better care of the basketball. If they're going to, because you know at some point that face guarding and dropping back is going to end. They're going to come at you hard. They're going to put more pressure on you because they think they can get away with it.
Exactly, and let's not take away that Lincoln did come back. I was a little worried after the first quarter that we might get blown out in this game, but they did. They did come back. They found ways to score. We got to the free throw line and we knocked down those free throws, and that's important. So let's, we're down one, but we could have been down more the way the first quarter was going. So kudos to the Lady Railers for coming back and at least getting some points on the board.
And you talked about living and dying by the three. Well, if my memory is right, we don't have any made threes here in the first half. There are none. So everything's come from two-point land or the free throw line. Chatham obviously knows what Lincoln's going to do to try and get those three-point shooters, Mason McLeod, Mia Clark, and even Piper Whiteman open. So your scoring's going to have to come from someplace else. Now, you would like to see, and I think I would too, I'd like to see more things run for McKinley Knapp down low, but the problem that I'm seeing is one of the last plays that they had, they were triple teaming her in the post. Fortunately, McKinley was able to recognize and get that as a kick to Mia Clark, for a layup, and I think you're going to have to see more of that where the guards are going to have to make smarter passes inside. If they're, you're going to have to watch for that person coming from behind. Don't throw that floater in because of the guard or the back coming from behind is going to get that pass knocked away. Look for somebody else, or get an angle, make a bounce pass in. And McKinley needs to start coming for the ball too. That's part of it too.
Well, and what has to happen here is when in the offense that we run, and we've got the weak side player who's just standing near the sideline, her player is dropping in. That player has to recognize it and move. They can't allow that player to be the free floater to intercept that pass. You fire that ball cross court, and now you've got Knapp on a seal play, and she's wide open. But we're not using that weak side player effectively.
And the weak side player has got to recognize, hey, okay, I'm on the weak side. If my defender starts dropping in, I need to move somewhere. Even if I just take a couple of steps, I need to move so my defenders, when they turn around, oh, she was there, now she's not there anymore. That's, you want to start forcing them into some situations where they have to recover as well. Even if you just sneak in behind them down underneath, maybe you get open for a pass, or maybe you get that rebound off of that missed shot.
Exactly.
But you're right, that weak side player can't continue to stand around out there.
Move yourself up to the elbow. Move yourself up higher and make that player go with you. And if she doesn't, you're going to be wide open.
When Coach Wallace used to run his offense and had the weak side player was actually supposed to kind of move with the basketball. And we're not seeing that with this weak side player. You're right about that.
Correct.
Lincoln had the basketball to start the second half as both teams back out on the floor. Pep band. Everybody enjoying that today. Full contingent here at Roy S. Anderson, and a great crowd here for this rematch. Schneider against the Chatham defense. Holmes out front. Holmes picked up her dribble, goes to Clark. Clark had an open three, did not take it. Mia, the cross-court pass to McLeod, to Schneider. They're really fronting McKinley Knapp down low, and now they got two players on her. Clark in the corner, Holmes, rainbow three, no, air ball. Ball on the floor, and here comes Chatham in a hurry. Lennon quickly to Martinowski, traveled with the basketball, no call, throws it up and in.
A lot of no calls on the travels tonight against Glenwood. It's a little shuffle. It's a shuffle each time they catch the ball.
25-22, the Glenwood lead. Snyder again out front, goes right side in the corner, McLeod. Back out front, Grace. Coaches directing traffic. Clark in the corner, they go Holmes. Lily in trouble, throws it to Grace. Grace, free throw line extended, goes Knapp, baseline, back to Holmes. Holmes going to drive it in, kick out McLeod to Clark. Clark against Gilmore, throws it into Knapp. Ball batted away by Lennon. and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
Yeah, that was a good offensive sequence there for Lincoln. They moved the ball well. I thought perhaps we had a shot there in the corner that was open, but unfortunately Lilia just missed it, didn't take it. There was a great seal there, and Mia just couldn't quite find the angle. Good defense there by Bob.
They get it into Clark. Clark, lob pass to Knapp. Knapp against Gilmore, up and good. McKinley Knapp, a great position, and Mia Clark led her nicely with the pass. 25-24, the Chatham lead.
You know, that's a great out-of-bounds set play. We could run that as an offense because it works. It definitely works. It's a great play.
Martinowski in the corner. They go to Law. Law out front, Gilmore. Lennon right side. Lennon drives baseline against the Lincoln defense. Throws it up. Air ball no good. Gets her own rebound. Bob comes out of there with it. Rowan Law left side three. No good. Rebound. Clark comes out of there with it. Quickly to Holmes. Ahead on the races. Holmes layup time. Up. No good. Nap the board. Up and good.
Nice follow there by McKinley Knapp. Lily took it strong to the basket, couldn't get it to go. Might have been a foul, not called, but a good follow.
Snyder on the steal. Grace quickly up the floor. You got numbers, Grace. Grace lost the basketball. Ball on the floor, squirts out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball.
And again, that's turning her back. If you'll notice that, all she needed to do was back that dribble out, but we turn our back, and that's where we get into trouble. Good steal there by Grace, though.
Lincoln up 26-25. Looking to inbounds. McLeod having trouble getting it inbounds. Throws it into Knapp and threw the ball away. Law going to come the other way. Throws it up. Got the foul and nearly got the bucket as well. See who the official calls this one on. Foul was on Lily Holmes. That will be her third. Chatham inbounds quickly to Lennon, travel with the basketball, and they got that one. So with 5:45 to go here in the third, it is Lincoln 26, Chatham 25. Sienna Adams going to come in the game for Lily Holmes. Lily going to go out with 3 fouls.
So Lincoln has to allow the defensive player to get in between, and that's what the official was saying there.
So on the stack, they get it into Clark. Clark threw it right into Hope Gilmore's hands. They go down the lane, thrown up and no good. And the foul going to go against Lincoln. Michaela Diamond going to go to free throw line, and let's see who this one is on. Foul is on Mason McLeod.
It's the second foul on McLeod.
Up and good by Michaela Diamond. Makes the first one, ties it at 26, 5:40 to go.
Again, Lincoln just needs to be patient. They're not running and jumping. We can bring that ball up, but a guard should have come and got that from Mia. Mia should not be bringing that ball up. That's not her role.
Second shot up and good. That puts Chatham ahead. They go into Snyder.
You got to have a point guard and your backup, your secondary guard, who should always be coming back and getting that ball.
Snyder across the timeline. Snyder, left side Clark. Clark, McLeod, ball batted away, and here comes Chatham the other way. Another empty possession.
Yeah, McLeod needed
Martinowski traveled with a basketball, and they called that one.
We'll take that. Mason just didn't continue to step and meet that pass, or it probably would have been a foul called on Chatham. Luckily, we got away with it. We just need to take advantage here.
So the break goes Lincoln's way, and McLeod to inbound the basketball, gets it to Snyder. Snyder against Bob.
That was nice. Good hesitation there by Grace. Keep it protected.
Snyder across the timeline. Lincoln with 4 out. McKinley Knapp low post. Hands off to Clark. Clark back out to Adams. Adams aggressive down the lane. Adams stops, throws it up, no good. Rebound. Gilmore comes out with it, and here comes Chatham the other way. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Adams tried to draw the charge. Gilmore.
Defense.
Gilmore just threw the ball into the bench.
That's great defense by Sienna Adams. You'll notice she used her body, used her shuffle. That's great defense for a high school player. That's tremendous.
We always teach play defense with your feet, and that is what she did.
Absolutely.
McLeod to inbounds right in front of the Chatham bench. 4:42 to go here in the third. Chatham up 27-26. Alyssa Riley working the officials now. McLeod to inbounds, goes into Snyder. And again, Chatham pulls back as Snyder will work against Ava Bob. Grace needs to take care of the basketball. Dribbling it right out in front of you like that, that's going to get stolen.
Absolutely. Snyder
around Bob, gets it to McLeod. Long three, right side. Bang! A collision concepts three. And Lincoln needed that one. 29-27, the Lincoln lead.
Big basket there by Mesa.
4:22 to go. Chatham will set up in their offense, a 2-1-2 offense. They go left side. Gilmore down the lane, throws it up, throws it in, and got the foul. Oh, my goodness. Foul is on Mia Clark. That will be her third.
Five points on the night so far for Gilmore. She's 1 for 1 from the line.
Snyder and Clark out. Whiteman and Lily Holmes in.
But again, the problem was the baseline was given up, and then Clark had to come over and help. If the baseline hadn't been cut off, that would not have happened.
Gilmore throws it up and rolled it home. 30-29, the Chatham lead. McLeod to inbounds. McLeod to Adams. And Sienna, once everybody cleared out, she works it up the court against Diamond. Right side McLeod, out front Holmes. Lily going to back it back out. Lily picked up her dribble. Why, I don't know. Holmes, right side McLeod. Mesa going to drive it in. Mesa throws up a wild shot. Knapp to board up and good. Good position by McKinley Knapp. Bailed her teammate out with a rebound bucket. 31-30 the Lincoln lead. Bob, left side Gilmore. Gilmore back out front to Bob. They post Martinowski free throw line. She turns, fires, 15-footer up, no good. Rebound Mesa McLeod. Need to watch coming from behind. She traveled with a basketball. Oh my goodness, no.
I'll tell you what's not the call of the night, and that's traveling. It is not the call when it should be.
Foul against Sienna Adams, but there was a traveling before that.
But again, we've got to take care of the ball. We should have known somebody was coming from behind.
And a 5-second call, and you never want to say it was a makeup call, but that was about 3. And Alyssa Riley's not happy, and I can't blame her either. Holmes the basketball. She gets it quickly inbounds across the timeline. Lily out front, Sienna at the center circle. Sienna going to drive in, throws it to Knapp. That was a bad pass and knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Lincoln basketball. Good idea, McKinley with the cut, but the pass a little bit hard and into traffic.
Yeah, that was just too tough. The angle just wasn't very good. Again, a reversal and then to Knapp would have been perfect. You got to find the angles. It's all about the angles. I said if you can't see the palm of the hand, then you don't have the pass, but somebody else does.
Lennon into the basketball game for Chatham. Lincoln out front, Whiteman. Oh, there was a very bad pass by Whiteman. Threw it right in the hands of Rowan Law. She goes down the lane, runs right into Sienna Adams. Oh, no!
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be the third foul on Sienna. He couldn't even decide. He didn't even know what to call when he first blew the whistle. You could tell him.
Mike Caskey, you can complain all you want out there on Omaha Avenue, but this is getting to the point of ridiculousness. She was standing there, got bowled over, and the foul goes against Sienna Adams, and Chatham ties it up. Rowan Law ties it up at 31 with 3:06 to go.
And we need Sienna in that ball game. She is the spark plug, and I love her aggressiveness up top with the ball.
Second one up and good. That'll put Chatham up 32-31. McLeod trying to get it inbound, gets it into Snyder, nearly stolen away. Grace quickly up the floor. Grace hounded by 2 players, and now they pull away.
See, I like that Piper coming to get the ball, coming and getting that ball. That's a great job.
Whiteman, they go to Holmes, out front Snyder. Snyder's going to try that lob pass to Holmes, dangerous pass, and she tried to throw it to Whiteman. Jan, I do not like that floater pass like that at all.
Nope. For one thing, if they do get it, what are they going to do with it?
And well, she did get it, and that's the thing. Now she's double teamed, and she's in trouble. They throw it into Holmes. Lily, baseline, throws it up. They finally call a foul there, on Caitlin Lennon, and Lily going to go to the line for two.
It was a great look by Whiteman to see her cutting, and a good job by Lily to go up strong with that and draw the foul. We haven't seen Lily able to go to the basket as much normally as she does. I think they're watching her for that.
Holmes, free throw line, up and got it. Ties the game at 32. Lincoln with 5 fouls this quarter. That's the first on Chatham. Holmes, second one up, got them both. That gives Lily 4. Substitution, that'll be Olsen coming in the basketball game for Chatham.
Lincoln with 3 players with 3 fouls each, and nobody on Chatham has more than 2.
Law, cross-court timeline, Bob. Bob right side, back out front, Law center circle. Law, nice drive. Kicks Lennon. Lennon, 3 on the way, left side, good. Caitlin Lennon drops home a 3 from 22 feet, and that makes it 34-33.
You know, Ava Bob was the leading scorer, 7 points in the first quarter, hasn't scored since, but the other Chatham Glenwood players have stepped up.
Snyder, nice pass into Knapp, up and good. McKinley puts Lincoln back ahead, 35-34. 2:10 to go.
It's 8 points here in the quarter for McKinley.
Martinowski, free throw line, left side Olsen. Out front Bob. Bob cut off its free throw line. Nice defense there by Lincoln. Law kicks it outside Lennon. Lennon another 3, no good. Schneider the rebound. Schneider needs to get rid of the ball or get up the floor. Now she turns and runs up the floor. Schneider, left side Whiteman. Piper, 15-footer, no good.
That's a great look. That was a great look by Piper. Those will start falling for her.
Caitlin Lennon the other way to Martinowski. To Rowan Law, and now Chatham going to pull it out. Out front Olsen. Olsen guarded by McLeod.
And we need to take advantage when she gets the ball.
Inside Martinowski. Martinowski in trouble. Back out front to Olsen. Olsen to Law. Left side they go. Bob the three-pointer. Good. You can't leave their shooters open. And it looks like we had an inadvertent whistle. McLeod to inbounds for Lincoln. Gets it into Lily. Lily, Lennon all over her. Lily across the timeline. Lincoln down 37-35.
Yeah, I just like to see the arm out, protecting that dribble. Right there, I'd like to see the arm out, protecting that dribble.
Snyder goes to Whiteman. Piper, lob pass into Knapp. Mack pushed in the back, no call. Lays it up and home. McKinley Knapp just tearing it up inside, and a timeout taken by Alyssa Riley with 57.7 on the clock. It will be a 30-second timeout. Jan, we're tied at 37, but Lincoln still needing to take better care of the basketball.
Absolutely. Again, you can see we just don't even have that arm out, creating that space. I'd like to see that. McKinley Knapp doing a good job working inside, which is what we said we'd like to see her. And Lady Ray is able to find her with good passes.
And I'm with you. If they've got the freshman Olsen in the basketball game, I want more pressure on her.
Absolutely.
Make her uncomfortable. Make her do something with the basketball. She stays in the basketball game.
And she can't go left. You know, I will overplay that left side, and she'll turn that ball over.
Anytime she had it, I would make her do something with it.
Absolutely.
I would also put some pressure on Martinowski as well, because she shuffles her feet a lot.
Yes. Then we have to get the call, though.
You would think it would be easy with those shoes she's wearing.
Well, yes.
Ava Bob across the timeline. Left side Lennon. Lennon nearly threw it past Law. Law goes down the lane. I didn't get it. Piper White with a great rebound.
Good rebound.
We are tied at 37. 42 seconds on the clock. Will Lincoln play for one? Schneider across the timeline. Schneider around the Whiteman screen. Drives in and got a foul.
It's a break. We'll take that. Again, the freshman with a little mistake there. If she is a freshman, if we're accurate on that. Only the second foul on Chatham this quarter.
That is her first, and just the second team foul on Chatham. Hope Gilmore back in the basketball game, and they take the freshman out. We believe that's who it is. Nice pass inside. Holmes in trouble, throws it up. Oh, and it almost went in. Lily, great job of catching that ball in traffic.
You bet. It was not an easy play.
And that'll be the third foul on Chatham. And let's see who this one is. That one is on Michaela Diamond. That is her second. So Chatham now, as I've got it, with 3 players with 2 fouls. Lily at the free throw line, up and good. Lincoln ahead, 38-37. Second one for Holmes. Emma Hutchinson going to come in the ball game for Lincoln at the scorer's table. Second one for Lily. She knocks it down. Here comes the sub. Emma going to come in for Grace Snyder. That'll give a chance for Lincoln to set the press up. Lennon to inbound. Lennon goes into Law. Law back to Lennon to Diamond. They're still in the backcourt. They get it to Law. She gets it across the timeline. Lincoln reaching there. Don't want to reach and gets fouls. Lennon, right wing three, up, no good. Gilmore the rebound. Nobody sealed her out. Gets it out to Law. Chatham gets a second chance. They go inside Martinowski. Whiteman nearly steals the ball. They're all over inside. Law. Ball batted away by Hutchinson, and good defense by Lincoln.
Good defense. 7.7. Let's see if we can get a good stop here. That was great defense.
Greg Gilbert in the ball game for Piper Whiteman. Again, Lincoln girls need to play defense here for the last 7 seconds of the third quarter. Lennon, stolen by Holmes. Lily to the races. Lily against Diamond is bumped. No call. Oh my goodness. Shot by Lennon at the gun. No good. It hit the support. And at the end of the third quarter, it is Lincoln 39 and Chatham 37. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Back at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, where it's a nail biter. Lincoln up 39-37 at the end of 3. And Coach may come down to free throws here in the fourth quarter.
It might. Lincoln 12 for 15 and Chatham 9 for 12 in the game so far. We should have had 2 more there at the end of that quarter.
They go inside Gilmore. She turns. Nice move up and no good. And rebound McKinley Knapp. Good defense by Mack inside.
Yes, it was.
Not to commit any fouls.
Gilmore's very athletic.
Snyder. Left side Clark. Clark to Holmes. They're looking inside. Nice pass into Mack. Triple team. Kicks back out to Clark. 3 on the way. No good. And ball lost out of bounds by Rowan Law, and she falls to the floor.
You know, again, that's the difficulty of rebounding a three-pointer. You know, you can't tell where it's going to come off, and that just barely nicked the rim, and she wasn't able to hang on to it. So a break for Lincoln. Let's see if we can take advantage.
Great recognition, though, by McKinley Knapp to recognize that she was triple-teamed and kick it back out to the open shooter. Schneider, left side McLeod. Mesa going to drive it in, throws it up, no good, and drew the foul.
Good job there by Mesa. That's not something I've seen a lot of, but she sure recognized that. A little more of that from her it would truly help the Lady Railers. Great job.
Foul is on Michaela Diamond, and that will put one of their players in 3 fouls. And Mesa going to go to free throw line. 39-37, 7:26 to go in the ball game. Mesa up, go. It's stuck on the back of the iron and rolled in. We'll take it.
There's some physics involved in that.
Hey, I think it's the new basketball they're using. It does some very strange things out there.
Yeah.
Second one for Mesa, up and no good. Off the right side of the iron, and Hope Gilmore will take it out of there. Rowan Law quickly up the floor. Law down the lane, throws it up and good. Nice move by Rowan Law, stepped around McKinley Knapp, threw it up with the left hand, and Lincoln nearly threw the ball away in the backcourt. Schneider picks it up.
Protect it.
Schneider against Lennon. Got to watch Caitlin Lennon. She'll strip it away from you. Now she picked up her dribble. Grace in trouble. The lob pass to Mia. Mia gets it to McLeod. Back to Mia. Mia, cross-court pass to Holmes. Holmes looks inside to McKinley. Back out front, Grace.
Just picking that ball up, my goodness. Before they know they have a pass.
Snyder drives in to Mia. Mia looks right side, long cross-court pass to Mesa. Mesa in the corner, Holmes. Holmes drives baseline. Holmes in a little bit of trouble trying to back her way in, throws it up and didn't get it, but got the foul. Lily recognized she finally got somebody on her hip.
And that's what we talked about. That's what Lily does so well, is takes that baseline drive and has the patience and understanding of how to draw the foul.
Foul on Ava Bobb. That'll be her second. Lincoln up 40-39. Lily Holmes at the free throw line, and Easter Lily knocks it home. Give Lily Holmes 7 on the afternoon. Second one at the free throw line. The junior eyes it up and got it. 42-39. The Lincoln lead is 3. 6:35 to go in the basketball game. Bobb, backcourt Lennon. Law against the Lincoln defense. Now she'll dribble across the timeline. Law going to go down the lane. Nobody stepped up, and she lays it up and in. Rowan Law just drove it right in, recognized she had a lane in the bucket. Nobody stepped in to stop her, and she puts it up and in. Snyder, the count is on, and Grace just took a 10-second call in the backcourt. No pressure.
No, I'm not quite sure what. I don't know if they were trying to set up a play, but.
And on the turnover, it goes back Chatham's way. Again, an empty possession. Martinowski, free throw line. Gets it to Bobb. Bobb to Law. They go inside Martinowski. Nice little spin move, up and good, and Mia Clark. Oh, they call her for the travel. They call her for the travel. Holy cow.
I'm not sure I saw it on that one.
That one, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
McLeod to inbounds to Snyder.
Oh, what an opportunity to double team that, and they pulled away from it.
Snyder across the timeline.
She wasn't going to do that twice, was she?
No. To Mia Clark. Clark out front, right side Grace. Grace around the Knapp screen. Grace, nice bounce pass to Knapp, throws it up and no good, and she got called for traveling.
Wow.
And I think she probably did. I think it was a tough pass to catch.
Exactly, yeah. And by the time she could catch it and look up and find the basket, her feet just shuffled a little bit.
So Lincoln the other way. Martinowski free throw line. Out front Law. Martinowski. Left side Gilmore. Martinowski again. Martinowski nearly tapped away by Lincoln. Gets it to Law. Law nearly traveled the basketball herself. Lennon left side in front of the bench. Lennon. Ooh, almost stolen by Lincoln.
I'm not sure why we weren't watching for that.
Bobb, step back three. Looks good. No good. Gilmore. The ball knocks it out of bounds. It'll go Lincoln's way. Gilmore and Clark battling for it.
Yeah, that was a good job by Mia there on that block out, because Gilmore is so aggressive on that, and she held her own.
Lincoln going the other way. 5:11 to go. Lincoln up 42-41. Snyder, had a lane there to the basket. Didn't take advantage of it. Kick back to Clark. Inside Knapp. Nice pass around to McLeod. 3 on the way. Bang! A collision concepts. 3 on the left corner for Mesa McLeod.
2 3-pointers on the night for Mesa.
45-41, the Lincoln lead. Bobb.
7 points on the night.
They go to Martinowski. Left side Gilmore. Gilmore goes in the corner Lennon. Again, trying to give it up the baseline. Lincoln needs to do a better job. They back it in. Go back out front. Rowan Law. Law cut off by the Lincoln defense. They go inside Martinowski again. Ball on the floor. Martinowski to Law. Law, little shake and bake. Gets it back out front to Bobb. Martinowski again. They're going at Clark. Martinowski turns and fires, and they're going to say Mack got her on the arm. That, I think, is the first one on McKinley. It is. It's the first foul on McKinley Knapp.
Yes. That was good defense by Clark. Made her change direction, and really what needed to happen, Knapp needed to be there on the turn. It would have been a turnover.
Martinowski, free throw up and got it. 45-42. That'll give Martinowski 10.
Yeah, 10 points so far. Need to jinx this free throw.
Second one for Macy Martinowski, up and no good, and you did it. However, Gilmore takes out the long rebound. They go Martinowski again. She's going to go right down the lane again, walk with the basketball.
That's a travel. Oh, we're starting to see it. Maybe we just need the correct official in the position. You know, sometimes you just get the officials get the wrong position per team, and it can hurt you.
McLeod looking to inbounds. Mesa needs to get it in, gets it into Lily.
So did you notice how Lily caught the ball and immediately dribbled? That's what we need not to do. That's what Sienna Adams does so well. She catches that ball and she waits and sees
Snyder, kick out McLeod again to Snyder. Snyder around the screen. Snyder, 15-footer in the key. No good. Wide open. McKinley with the rebound. Mack inside. Kick out Mia. 20-footer. No good. Back of the iron. Rebound Hope Gilmore. Here comes Law the other way. Snyder. And that's a good foul, I think, right there. She was going to step around and try and throw that layup in.
She did, but she can only go to her right, and we're not doing a good job of forcing her, making her turn to her left.
Foul is on the floor, wasn't on the shot, and the third foul on Mesa McLeod, stopping the breakaway.
Yeah, we've got to make a better attempt at making them go to the left.
Bob to inbounds. Gilmore fighting with Knapp in the lane. Martinowski, Bob in the corner. Bob back out front. Martinowski, they go around to Law between the circles. Gilmore, free throw line. She's going to drive it in the lane against Clark. Throws it up, no good. Rebound Knapp. Knapp to Holmes and right through Lily's arms.
Again, Gilmore to the right, to the right. We need to overplay on that right side and make them go left.
The other thing we need to do is catch the ball before we run with it.
Exactly.
They go inbounds to Gilmore, and they're going to call Mack for the block on the hip, and she did. And they nailed her for a technical.
Well, this official has struggled all night making calls, and I think he's frustrated.
Well, he's frustrated. The coaches are frustrated.
Absolutely. So that's going to give the foul and the personal. So that should be 3 now.
That should be 3 on Mack. And Chatham going to go to the free throw line with 2 on the tee. Thank goodness it was not on a shot. And missed the first. Michaela Diamond misses the first one. 45-42, 3:30 to go in the basketball game. Taylor Rohrer having a word with the official that called the technical. Second one up and good. That makes it 45-43.
You don't see a lot of emotion out of McKinley Knapp, so I can't imagine she said anything too bad. She's usually a pretty calm player on the floor, but frustration there.
Bobby V is listening to us today, said that's the way we like it, baby. Well, if we get a win out of this, that's the way we like it, baby.
That's right.
(45-43). Now Chatham will have the ball inbounds under their basket, just to the right near their bench.
Need a stop here.
Bob looking to inbounds. They throw the lob pass into Diamond. Martinowski, 3 on the right side. Up, no good. Rebound, Gilmore fights for it. Lost it out of bounds. And let's see the call here. Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
First of all, it could have been an over the back on Gilmore.
Bob throws the lob to Gilmore. Gilmore loses it in the lane. Ball on the floor. And it's about time the official called.
No.
Oh, no. You got to be kidding.
First of all, it should have been
That is a terrible call.
Grace had the jump ball to begin with before it ever got to Lily.
That is an absolutely terrible call.
My goodness. Come on, guys. Get it together.
Gilmore shot up and good.
Sienna Adams into the game. Let's see if she can bring a little spark to the Lady Railers.
Second one, Gilmore up and got them both. So Hope Gilmore ties the game up. Gets it into Mia Clark, and now here comes the double team pressure. She's in trouble. What's the call? A timeout taken by Lincoln.
Good call there by Coach Rohr. Mia was definitely in trouble.
It'll be a 30-second timeout. And folks, I know that we do broadcast Railer sports, and we try and tell you exactly what we see. Jan and I do have there are a lot of people on these broadcasts that had a lot of basketball experience, and we don't want to belabor the point. I never believe officiating costs you a game, but when you see things that are like this, you really, and officials are human too, but how many mistakes are human? I mean, it's just to the point where you go, it gets ridiculous out of it. It really does.
It is, and it's, I'm sure we could look back and see just as many that, we know the coach from Chatham has complained as well. Of course, we remember the ones for the Lady Railers, but there's just been some of them that it's like, what in the world are you seeing? And, now they've gone to the NBA games, and they let them look at the monitor at the end of the game, and that would have been a great one to look at right
and
there.
And even when you look at that, you see how much time they take to review those calls, and you're going, this is getting ridiculous too.
Yes.
You're stopping a game for 10 minutes to review a call, and it's, again, I think they put so much into the game that the officials have to watch that they can't watch all of the game.
Correct.
Clark going to drive in the lane. Clark, kick out Schneider. Schneider to Adams. Holmes out of the basketball game with 4 fouls. Adams kick to Clark, or kick to Knapp, back out front Clark. Mia wisely pulls it back out. Lincoln needs to reset and start running something of an offense here. Schneider around the Knapp screen. Schneider.
Now there's a
Clark,
good steal.
3 on the way. No good.
Oh,
Rebound, and nothing but Glenwood there.
Boy, Knapp had a great seal there. We just didn't see her.
Here they come the other way. Bob out front. They go into Gilmore. Gilmore just going to bull her way in the lane. Diamond 3 on the way out front. Got it, and could have gotten the harm as well. Michaela Diamond hits the 3. That puts them up 48-45.
6 3-pointers for Glenwood in the game.
Clark gets it to McLeod. Mesa to Schneider. Come on, Lincoln. Schneider across the timeline around the Knapp screen. Schneider back to Mia. Schneider. Mia in the corner. Mesa 3 on the way. No good. Knapp trying to get it. Knapp falls out of bounds with Glenwood, and the call goes Glenwood's way.
Good hustle there by Lincoln. We almost came away with that. That could have gone either way, I think.
And we have a timeout on the floor. Let's send it back to the WLCN studios for 60 seconds. When we come back, we'll have the last minute and 58 seconds.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare open enrollment? Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Darrett Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Darrett Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Back at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, Michaela Diamond puts Glenwood ahead 48-45 with a 3, and then Lincoln comes down the other way. Couldn't get a 3 to go down, and the ball went out of bounds, and it goes Glenwood's way.
Need a good defensive stand here. Get a turnover or rebound and come down and have a good offensive possession.
Now Lincoln going to trap at half court. Law out front, goes into Gilmore. Gilmore in the lane. 1, 2, 3. Shot up and no good, and Martinowski right there for a rebound. Off the backboard, lays it up and in. Lincoln down 5. McLeod still in the backcourt, passes it back to Schneider. To Mia Clark. Clark now across the timeline. Clark, spin move. Clark down the lane, throws it up, lays it in, and got fouled. Mia Clark with the nice move down the lane. The lay-in draws the harm. Foul is on Hope Gilmore, her 3rd.
I think that was designed. I think that's what we need to do is a little pick and roll on top from Knapp and Clark, and let that be a 2-person game. And Mia did a good job of going in strong and got the finish.
Clark at the free throw line, 5'9" junior. Isaac drops it home. Again, happy birthday to Mia. It's her 17th today. 50-48, the Glenwood lead. Lincoln has Glenwood's already in the penalty. Glenwood does have a foul to give. Law stops. Ball knocked away by Schneider. And Lincoln needs to get a stop here. And Jan, I would say if you don't get some type of turnover here on the inbounds play, maybe you look at maybe fouling them. I hate to say that, but they go into Gilmore. Gilmore right in the lane. Kick out to Law. Law to Bob. Bob, Gilmore against Clark. Gilmore back out front to Law.
Yeah, they're eating up time now.
Inside of a minute.
Might be the plan. Might be the plan. They're just going to eat up the clock.
Yep. They go to Law. Law's going to go baseline against Knapp. Throws it up and got it.
It was a good offense there by Chatham.
Chatham did exactly what they needed to do. That makes it 52-48 Chatham.
That's on McKinley. That's her 4th foul.
4 fouls on Big Mac.
So good patience there by Chatham Glenwood, worked it around, and a good recognition of the lane open, and Law took it in and finished.
Rowan Law at the free throw line. Shot up, no good. Rebound, Mason McLeod. Now you need to get the floor and get something in a hurry. You don't have to get a 3, a 2 will suffice. Schneider again in the backcourt, now slows it down. Schneider across the timeline around the Knapp screen. Schneider down the lane, kick out McLeod. 3 on the way, left side, no good. Rebound McKinley, fights for it, gets it out to Holmes. 3 on the way, bang! A Collision Concepts 3. 52-51. And a timeout taken with 28.6 on the clock.
Well, it's going to matter now. Coach is going to have to decide. Is she going to foul and send him to the free throw line? We've only got 28.6 seconds left, so that's a big decision. Do you have to? No. But that could be what you want to do. Right now, we've almost everybody is hitting. We've got a few players from both teams who haven't hit, but it's going to come down to free throws. So let's see what Coach Rohr has in mind here.
You have a foul. Actually, Chatham has a foul to give.
Yes.
Lincoln has already put them into the penalty. So they're shooting 2 free throws no matter what. Coach, I got to think you want to get as much pressure as you can on the inbounds play, but avoid the home run ball.
Exactly. You know, that's not what our defense usually does. We don't do the face guard deny, but we need to have a lot of pressure. And when we have extended at full court, we've got some turnovers. So that's what we need to look at. And again, you know, you give them time. If you don't, by the time they cross half court, that's when you foul. If you try to get the turnover ahead of time, that would still give us plenty of time. So let's see what Lincoln can do here. Step up our defense.
52-51, the Chatham lead.
Try to speed Glenwood up and force him into a turnover. And we are face guarding. We do have a person on the ball. Got our tallest player, Knapp, on the ball. 28.6,
and they forgot about Hope Gilmore. She gets it quickly. McKinley fouls in the backcourt.
So close to a steal there. So close.
That'll take Big Mac out of the ball game. That is her 5th. She fouls Ava Bob. Probably not the person you want to see at the free throw line.
That was so close to being a turnover there. They didn't see Knapp coming from behind.
Piper Whiteman going to come in the basketball game for Big Mac. Caitlin Lennon going to come back in for Chatham Glenwood.
17 points on the night for McKinley Knapp. She had a great game.
So Big Mac goes to the sidelines. Ava Bob going to go to the free throw line with 25.2 on the clock, and the first one is up and good. Ava Bob with 11.
See what kind of pressure Chatham puts on Lincoln here.
Second one for Ava Bob, up and no good. Rebound, Gilmore lost it out of bounds.
There we go. All right,
53-51, 24.2 on the clock.
We got a break there. Gilmore's so aggressive.
Lincoln needs to get the ball inbounds and get it across the timeline. Lincoln looking to get it in, and they threw the ball away.
This is a time I would have Sienna Adams in the game. She is our best ball handler. Nothing against Grace, but Sienna just has some different things that she can do with it. And here she comes into the game. All All right, we need a stop here. A turnover would be great.
Diamond trying to get it in. Almost a 5-second call. Adams knocks it away, and Clark couldn't grab it before it went out of bounds. 22.6 on the clock. Sienna almost had a steal.
Yeah, we need to belly up on Gilmore. They keep lobbing it into her. Mia needs to be right up on her. She's just going to flare. That's going to be the inbounds. That's what they've done all
Adams
night long.
fouled her on the inbounds. 21.6. Sienna Adams with the foul. And I believe that is her third. No, Gilmore. They have her for 4.
4, yes. 4 for 4, Gilmore. Let's see if that maybe jinxed her.
Hope Gilmore at the free throw line. Fine sophomore for Chatham. Up and got it. 54-51.
Again, the crucial turnover on the inbounds. I'd like to see us maybe do a line across the free throw line and run some people behind to try to get that.
Second one up and no good. Whiteman the rebound. Whiteman gets it to Snyder. Need to move in a hurry, girls. Snyder across the timeline with 15 seconds. Snyder looking for Whiteman. Piper goes to Holmes. Holmes nearly stole away. Clark wide open three. Is it big? A collision concept three ties it at 54. Glenwood's not going to get a shot off. Here comes Lennon. Throws it ahead to Martinowski. We are tied. It is overtime.
It's never over till it's over, is it? What a huge shot there. Mia's been trying all night long to knock down that three, and what a crucial time for her to finally get the first one.
So, 54-54. The game is tied. McKinley Napa is out on fouls as both teams go to their respective benches. Let's say about more of our fine sponsors, and thank you for coming on board. Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank, member FDIC. Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner at 616 Woodlawn Road. Phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's Family Restaurant. And, of course, the Johnson family in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. Here's another fine sponsor that Jan's a member of, the LCHS Lady Railer Basketball Alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer Basketball, a proud tradition of LCHS athletics since 1973. It's kind of like being a member of the CIA. Once you're a Railer, you're always a Railer, aren't you?
Absolutely. You better believe it. There's a lot of Lady Railers out there listening to the game right now, many of them right here in the crowd.
4 minutes on the clock. Diana Johnson Hightower taking film of the crowd before she returns back to Texas. I'm not sure she wants to go back. The weather down there isn't any better than what it is here.
No. Lincoln with 2 players still in foul trouble, and Glenwood has 2 with 3 fouls. 4 minutes to go.
Holmes going to tap it up at center court against Bob.
That's a good idea. Might as well have them facing the correct direction, right?
That's correct, yes. Well, I'm glad the officials caught it.
Well, we got it. That's right.
Here we go. Tap up to open the overtime. It is up and controlled by Glenwood. In the backcourt they go Gilmore. Gilmore, ball thrown away by Chatham, and Bob luckily was there for it. Martinowski, the basketball in the key. Left side, Law up, banks home a three. Good gravy.
It was online.
Schneider being bumped out front by Law, drives in, kick out McLeod, 3 on the way, right side, back of the iron, no good. Holmes tries to chase it down. Holmes nearly bumped out of bounds, and timeout called by Lincoln. A good timeout by Taylor Rohrer right there. 57-54, Glenwood ahead, 3:30 to go.
Fortunately here, Coach Rohrer hasn't had to call a lot of timeouts, so she's got them when she needs them. The 2 that she has called here have been when the Lady Railers are in trouble against the pressure defense, so that's huge. Only 1 timeout left for Chatham Glenwood, and that's the added 1 on for the overtime.
Now, Jan, I'm not clear about this. They're still showing 5 fouls against Lincoln and 3 fouls against Glenwood on the board. I think that what you have in the fourth quarter carries over into overtime.
It does. It does.
So Glenwood still has a foul to give before putting Lincoln in the penalty. Glenwood still is in the penalty.
It was great hustle there by Lilly to track that ball down as it was going out of bounds.
McLeod to inbounds. They're looking. They're trying to hand it off to Clark. They do. Mia going to back it in. Now brings it back out, facing the basket. Out front, Schneider. Schneider around the Whiteman screen. Schneider down the lane, just throws it up and drew a foul.
So the important thing there was how hard Grace came off of that screen. She came off with a lot of acceleration, and that's what actually created that. She had 2 players have to drop down on her. Had she not shot and got the foul, she had a wide open player on the wing.
And if you're going to get that screen, you've got to be able to turn the corner, and accelerating is the only way to turn the corner. Schneider, first one. Eyes it, dribbles, lefty up, and got it.
That's a third foul on Bob for the game.
Ava Bob now with 3. 3:19 to go here in the overtime. Gracie up and got it. Second one goes down, 57-56. Glenwood the 1-point lead. 3 for Grace Schneider shown on the scoreboard as Chatham will bring it into the front court. They get it to Rowan Law. Law to Gilmore. Posting Martinowski. I'm surprised they're not posting Hope Gilmore with McKinley Knapp out of the ball.
Yes.
Schneider nearly stole the ball away from Bob. Now she does steal the ball away.
Great
and knocks
hustle.
it out of bounds. Good hustle by Grace Schneider.
Good job there by Grace, stepping it up on the defensive end. Almost came away with it.
They go inbounds. They get it inbounds to Law in the corner. She drives right in, throws it up. Clark nearly with a foul, and Law lays it up and in.
Law should have been in trouble in that corner, and we let her out of it.
Schneider in the backcourt, quickly up the floor. Grace against Law. Works around the Whiteman screen. Grace drives it in. Grace kick out McLeod. McLeod to Holmes. Mesa had a wide open 3, didn't take it. They lob it in and threw the ball away. Martinowski up the floor. Martinowski, right side they go, Bob. Bob out front, Gilmore. 59-56, 2:32 to go. And Chatham may spread it out a little bit. Go for layups or free throws. Bob out front to Law. Martinowski in the key. Martinowski, ball knocked away and a foul inside. And this may go against Piper Whiteman. Yep, on Piper Whiteman. That is her first. And she did. Reached in for the basketball, got a chunk of the arm. Macy Martinowski to the free throw line. Up and good. 60-56 the Chatham lead. It is 2:22.
Martinowski, the leading scorer. She's got 13 so far for Glenwood. Let's hope that's all she's going to get.
Second one up and Isaac and back to the iron. No good. Gilmore comes down with a rebound. And oh, no. Three players going for the ball, and Mia Clark, I think, just got nailed for the foul, and that, I believe, is 4 on Mia. Hope Gilmore going to go to the free throw line on the rebound. First one up and good.
We got to get a body on her, Jay. She is an aggressive and a great rebounder, and we are just not getting a body and driving her away from the basket.
Second one up and no good. Clark tried to go for the rebound. Martinowski all over the back of her, and Martinowski knocks it out of bounds, and they award the ball to Lincoln.
That would have been the 5th foul. Would have been the free throw line. No call.
They get it into Snyder. Snyder up the floor, down 5, 61-56, 2:14 to go in the basketball game. Snyder dribbling, nearly threw the ball away, gets it to Mia. Mia around the Whiteman screen. Mia in the lane. Mia going to go down the lane. Ball stripped away from her, and jump ball called by the out official, and it'll stay Lincoln basketball.
Again, a good job there by Chatham. Just running aggressively at Mia on the dribble. She's got to be ready for that.
She does have to be ready for it. And Jan, there are times you'd sit there and say, stop and put up the 10-footer.
Exactly.
Don't drive it all the way in further.
Exactly, yes. Don't take it into the defense.
No. Holmes
That
into
was
the
a foul.
defense. Snyder, 3 on the way, short, no good. And Chatham did a good job of boxing Lincoln out that time. Here comes Chatham the other way, up 5, and they will probably pull it out and go for layups or free throws. Yep, they're spreading it out.
Yep. We got a matchup here. Got a matchup.
Foul on Lily Holmes, a bump out front.
That's going to be the 5th foul on Lily, unfortunately.
5 on Lily, 5 on McKinley, so that's 2 players from Lincoln that have fouled out. Sienna Adams back in the basketball game for Lily. Ava Bob up, back of the iron, no good. Still a 2-possession game here.
Yes, plenty of time. We have a lot of time here.
61-56, the Glenwood lead. Minute 41 to go here in the overtime. This has been a barn burner of a basketball game. Second one, missed them both, up, no good. Rebound, Snyder. Again, got him to get something here, but you don't necessarily need the three. Snyder looking for something, looking for somebody, and a timeout taken on the floor.
You know, we saw against Morgan, we saw Hutchison come in and knock down 2 3-pointers. Right now, we need somebody maybe that they're not used to seeing on the floor, trying to get a basket.
More of our fine sponsors. Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or go online to merealty.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and online at ucbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. The mayor of Lincoln, Tracy, and his wife, Annette Welch. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Lincoln IGA, the Carpet House, Lincoln Printers, Capsil, the First State Mortgage of Bloomington. The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people in the communities it serves. Lincoln Heating and Cooling on Tremont Street, phone 217-735-5835. Many of our fine sponsors. Collision Concepts, the sponsors of the three, and we wish we had more three-pointers to bring to you today, but this has been a barn burner, a whale of a basketball game between these two teams. Chatham right now up 61-56.
Looking for a set play here.
And ball batted away by Rowan Law. She'll lay it up, and that, missed it. Clark the rebound, and Law comes in and grabs her, and a jump ball called.
Fortunate on missing that, but again, Mia needed to protect the ball. She just laid it out there for the defense to have an opportunity to create that.
And on the alternating possession, it goes Chatham's way. Lincoln got a break with the missed layup. They go into Gilmore.
And that's that same play every time.
Gilmore,
we have not figured out how
Bob,
to defend that.
Out front, Bob. They go to Gilmore. Gilmore, baseline, Martinowski. She'll lay it up, and that's probably the nail in the coffin right there. It's a 7-point game, 63-56, minute 9 to go. Here comes Adams. Adams-Clark. Mia, guarded by Gilmore, going to drive it in. Mia throws it up, and no good. Wouldn't go down. Bob the rebound, hounded in the backcourt by Adams. Ahead to Law. Law,
good
ball
defense.
Batted away. Good defense by Lincoln.
That's
Bob's on the floor.
Got to be a travel.
And they call timeout. Alyssa Riley gets a timeout. It will be a full timeout. We'll send it back to the WLCN studios for a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the remainder of the fourth of the overtime.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Chatham, the basketball, ahead 63-56, 51.3 to go here in the overtime. Lincoln needs to get a steal off of the inbounds play. They look to go inbounds. They throw the ball into Martinowski. Back out front to Bob. Back to Martinowski. Martinowski to Diamond. She lost the ball, lost it right to Law. Ball batted around under the basket. Adams comes out with it. Sienna off to the races. It's 1-on-3. Sienna down the lane, knocked out of bounds. And the only whistle is an out of bounds, and they give it back to Chatham, and she's hurt.
Fell on the shoulder or fell into the wall with her shoulder, trying to save that. Had no protection.
Lincoln's trainer out on the floor. Looks like she's holding her left shoulder.
Could be shoulder or elbow.
She went down hard.
She did. She was trying to save the ball, which put her off balance.
Both teams around their respective coaches. 36.9 on the clock. And Sienna's going to get up, but she is holding the left arm. And trainer Matt's with her, and he's going to take her back into the training room or back to the locker room, one of the two. Let's see where she goes. Let's see, go take a look at her. But she went down awfully hard.
She did. I loved how hard she went down the floor. She was trying to make something happen. Unfortunately, it was 1-on-4, and she just lost control. Hopefully, she'll be okay. She's a valuable player.
Chatham up 63-56. They get it into Gilmore. Gilmore in trouble in the backcourt. Gets it to Diamond. Diamond now in trouble. Ball nearly stripped away, and a foul on Lincoln. Let's see who this foul is on. It may be on Grace Snyder. Yep. Grace Snyder, that is her third. And Chatham to the free throw line. Michaela Diamond heads to the free throw line. Chatham with balanced scoring right now. 4 players in double figures on the scoreboard. Diamond, first one up and good. And a technical foul called on the Lincoln bench.
Coach protecting her team. I don't have a problem with
I don't
that.
have a problem with that one at all.
Protecting her team.
Honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
And the official's jawing with her, and it's like, walk away.
Yeah. Exactly.
The one that called it is still jawing with the bench, and a free throw up and good. Second one up and no good. You know, I've talked enough with Jeff Nelson to know that many times when that happens with the official that calls it walks away and another official goes over to talk to the coach.
That's exactly what should happen. That's exactly what should happen.
Up and no good. 65-56. Final score may not reflect how close this game really was.
Quite sure what's going on. They don't even have that player. They don't even have 22 on the floor for Chatham.
And Snyder fouls Rowan Law.
Not sure who they gave those free throws to that she made. 22's in the game. She's not even on the board. She just scored.
Yeah, I noticed that. Snyder with her 4th foul.
2 for 3 for Law so far on the night.
And rolls it around, no good.
Chatham's missed 9 free throws in the overtime.
Unbelievable. Second one up and got it. And Sienna Adams has walked back out with an ice pack on her forearm, it looks like, so maybe that's where the injury is. Snyder quickly hit over through Gray Gilbert and threw it out of bounds. Again, Lincoln down 10 now, 66-56, 26.4 on the clock.
Looks like it's her elbow. Looks like she's holding it somewhere between her forearm and her elbow.
I think you're correct about that now that we get a better look at it. Gilmore goes to Michaela Diamond. Chatham playing catch with it out front as the clock winds down. And Chatham is going to go away with a hard-fought victory here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium in a good matchup between both teams.
Score's not going to indicate how the game was played.
And you think Chatham just won the state championship by winning this game. They win it 66-56 over Lincoln's Lady Rail Splitters as the band plays and the crowd files out. We're going to send it back to the WLCN studios for a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, Jan and I will have the Growl Incorporated postgame show. You've been listening to Lady Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Well, back here at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, where a happy Glenwood crowd files out, and they brought a lot of people. Unhappy Lincoln crowd files out today as the Lincoln Lady Railers go down in overtime by a score of 66-56, and a score that really doesn't reflect how close the basketball game was. It was nip and tuck through basically the second and third quarters of this basketball game, and even the fourth quarter as well. Chatham got a lead in the fourth quarter. Lincoln, a late three from Mia Clark, tied the basketball game. And Chatham was unable to get a shot off before the end of the overtime, and then Chatham really kind of took charge in the overtime. A lot of free throws shot, a lot of free throws missed in the overtime. Frankly, Jan, it could have been a much wider point spread than what it was, but I think at one time you said they had missed 9 free throws during the overtime period.
Yeah, they were 5 for 12 from the line, but it was enough. Critically, unfortunately, McKinley Knapp fouling out for Lincoln, I think, made a big difference. Lincoln was outscored 12-2 there in the overtime period, and we just had to foul or had some fouls, and in trying to rush and get some shots off, had some unfortunate turnovers, and Chatham did a good job finishing it out there at the end of the game.
2 technical fouls during the game, one on McKinley Knapp and one on the Lincoln bench late in the overtime that I'm surprised that had not happened earlier from the Lincoln coaches, with the way they were working the officials. But hey, to give all the credit in the world to Chatham, they did what they needed to do to win this basketball game. And again, when you go back and look at it, you're going to look at turnovers probably being what really lost the basketball game for Lincoln today. Turnovers, especially at an inopportune time. Empty possessions. You've got to get possessions, because with possessions come shots. If you get shots off a possession, it's not an empty possession, even if you miss the shot. I would say that and rebounding probably were the 2 things. They gave up a lot of second points to Chatham today.
Absolutely. We continue to have trouble against a full court press. Just getting the ball inbounds, and then once we did get it inbounds, trying to force some things that didn't need to happen, because Chatham really wasn't putting pressure on other than the inbounds pass. So that was critical. And again, on the rebounding, again, we know it's difficult in that defense because you do have just the one player down there on the weak side, but you have to be looking for a player. And Chatham did a great job of shooting in from the weak side and getting a lot of rebounds. They did a good job of driving on the baseline. We did not cut off that baseline as much as we needed to, and that then drew another defensive player from us who often ended up fouling. Gilmore just controlled the inside. Martinowski did a great job on the inside. Ava Bob started off on fire, and we held her in check. But again, other players stepped up.
When you looked at the scoreboard, they at one time had, I saw on the scoreboard, 4 players in double figures. When they balance out scoring like that, that's tough because your defense then doesn't shut down just one player. You've got, obviously they're spreading their scoring out. They've got more weapons out there. We knew that they did coming into this basketball game, and you wondered how would Lincoln's girls respond after 2 straight losses. How would they respond here at home? And really, I thought they responded very well. I thought they played hard. I thought they played with a lot of intensity. Yes, there were mistakes made, but there are going to be mistakes made in any basketball game that you play, and it's mistakes you're going to have to work on and resolve if you're going to play better here at the end of the year and look at maybe winning yourself a regional championship. Glenwood comes out of here now probably the conference favorite with only 1 loss. They didn't have Alexis Newman today. They don't have her for a while. They don't have to play MacArthur again. I don't know if they still have to play Southeast and or Springfield, but now you got to look at them as a conference favorite. This game may have decided the CS8 title right here today.
It could have, and we'd hoped with the home court that might give us a little advantage, and I do think it did. We had a great crowd here today. The band always gets the crowd into it, and there in the fourth quarter, we hit the 3 to send it to overtime, but we had a lot of really good looks.
Yes.
They didn't fall, but they were open shots. We moved the ball, we reversed it, and we found some open players. We found McKinley Knapp inside several times and got baskets. So even though we had the turnovers, again, I feel that we did have some good offensive possessions that just we didn't come away with a basket, but we had good shots and good looks at it.
What do you have for scoring if you've got it totaled up, please?
I do. So there at the end, Glenwood ended up with actually 5 players in double figures. They were led by Macy Martinowski, who did a tremendous job playing the free throw line and in for them. She scored 15 points, followed by Rowan Law, who hit a couple threes and made some key baskets. She had 14. 11 points each for Ava Bob and Michaela Diamond. Diamond came away with 2 3-pointers, and Bob also had 2 3-pointers for Glenwood. And then Hope Gilmore, who was really, to me, the lively player and the difference maker for Glenwood in her rebounding ability and her defense, and she just did a super job. She ended up with 10 points on the night. 3 points each for Matthews and Lennon that rounded out the 66 points for Chatham Glenwood. They ended up shooting 20 for 34 from the free throw line. For Lincoln, they were led by McKinley Knapp with 17 points. We followed by Mia Clark with 12, and then Lily Holmes with 11. So we had 3 players in double figures. We also got 7 points from Mason McLeod. She hit 2 big threes for the Lady Railers. And Piper Whiteman came away with 6 points on 4 for 5 free throws. Lily Holmes, I will mention, was 6 for 6 from the line today. Grace Schneider chipped in 3 points, and that rounds out the total 56 points for the Lincoln Lady Railers.
So give the scoring again for Lincoln, because I was zoned out and I usually write it down here on my sheet.
All right, so we had McKinley Knapp with 17. Mia Clark had 12. We had Lily Holmes with 11. Mason McLeod 7. Piper Whiteman 6. And Grace Schneider chipped in 3 points.
So McKinley was 17 before fouling out, and they really did not have an answer for her once she got the ball inside. Triple teaming was about the only answer that they had for her. Mia Clark basically able to kind of come back from seeing some tough defenses to knock some shots down, and I like the way she took the ball to the basket.
Yes, and she needed to do that. And I noticed we got McKinley Knapp open for some of those passes, and the reason is, as we had talked about at halftime, is we needed to reverse that ball to that weak side player, and we did that. And when we did that, that opened up McKinley for that lob pass inside. So great recognition. That's good coaching adjustment at halftime to recognize for the ladies to hit that weak side player and take away that defense dropping down and helping out on McKinley.
Mason McLeod, we saw her drive at times today, which we like to see. We like to see more of that aggressive. She was able to knock down some shots. Again, you can't really sit there and say any one of the Lincoln girls played poorly today. I thought they played all very hard. I thought they played well. Again, there were some costly turnovers. turnovers. Some turnovers that when you play teams like this, they'll burn you. I mean, they are going. That's a good basketball team over there, whether they have Alexis Newman or not.
Yes, very aggressive, and you know it's tough going against that man-to-man when they are as aggressive as they were. But again, they know how to play that weave, and they were doing the jumping out and hedging out every time we did that weave, and that caused a little bit of trouble. We kind of disrupted our flow in our offense, and we had to make some adjustments there in the second half.
They guarded. Piper Whiteman got in the basketball game, and I thought I watched them. They guarded her out at the three-point line fairly well. She was able to get loose inside a couple of times, but I thought that if Piper Whiteman maybe had gotten loose outside and gotten a couple of her patented three-pointers down, this might have been a different basketball game.
I agree, and that's going to happen. Right now the teams are getting used to playing with her again. This group didn't play with her. She played with the varsity last year, and it wasn't this group of young ladies. So they haven't had the first half of the season to get used to her, but they will, and that's going to make a difference. Piper's going to be able to score from the perimeter, and she will be able to post like Knapp does. She's not quite there yet because, again, she doesn't quite have the speed and probably the confidence that she had coming in, but that's going to happen. The more she practices, the more games she plays, the better she's going to get, and the more her teammates are going to recognize what she can do for them on the floor.
Well, in case you missed it, the JV went down today as well, 40-24. That game could have easily been a running clock in the fourth quarter. And the junior varsity kids are very young. They're inexperienced. They gutted that one out and kept it from being a running clock. And then the girls varsity really stepped up again. That's tough coming off of two tough losses. You had a very close loss at Limestone in a game that certainly you probably could have won, and then dug themselves a hole at Plains. I guess a good, Pleasant Plains basketball team. I'm convinced that the girls from Plains, they've already beaten a lot of good 3A teams. They could probably play up in 3A with not much of a problem, and lost to a good Plains team by 19 at their place on Thursday night. And you wondered what was going to happen here today. And like you, the first quarter, I thought this could get ugly in a hurry, and it didn't. The girls, to their credit, fought back and kept it a close basketball game.
They did. We were down 9-6, but it felt like we were down more after the first quarter. And we came back, even though we were down by 23-22. That was only on a late basket there by Chatham to actually take that lead again at halftime. So we did a super job, outscored them there in the second quarter.
And if you remember at the start, Chatham got the first three of the second quarter as well, so they were actually up 12-6 at one point during the second quarter, and then Lincoln was able to turn that on and outscore them, 16-10 the rest of the way, or 16-11 the rest of the way during that quarter, and kind of close that gap up and only be down one at halftime. Then it took the lead there in the third quarter, and you really got a good feeling, I thought, in the third quarter that, hey, if the Lincoln, few things go their way, Lincoln gets a couple of buckets here, stops there, they're going to win this basketball game, and it certainly was a winnable basketball game today.
It was. Glenwood had at least a 5-point lead there in the fourth quarter that I was a little concerned with, but we had a good defensive stop. We got the two, and then again a great three there by Clark to tie it. But it looked like Glenwood could take it away there in the fourth, but Lincoln just battled back. They play defense, they get touches on the ball. We say they have to block out, but again, it's so difficult when the different shots that Glenwood was taking that sometimes they rebound in awkward directions, and sometimes it's easier for the offensive team to chase down that rebound.
I would have sent it back to the studio. However, Coach has joined us here at our broadcast location up here in the corner of Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium, and we'll get her hooked up here and ask her if she can hear us. She says she can. Well, again, I know not the result you wanted, but I thought your team came out. I thought they played hard today. I thought they played pretty well on both ends of the floor. Again, you can go back, I'm sure, and look at the film and look at some turnovers and some mistakes here and there, but I really thought your team played well today. I really do.
Yeah, they played really hard. That's what we ask of them every day, is for them to play hard, and I felt like they came out and did that today. We got better today. To me, I think the one thing that really stuck out that we need to get better at is rebounding. Boxing out, rebounding. They just controlled the boards the whole game, even on a free throw. Ultimately, that's probably what won them the game, is the fact that we didn't rebound well.
Jan and I had talked about that rebounding was going to be one of the keys to the game, and there were times that we didn't get a body, or your kids didn't get a body on somebody, and even sometimes when they did, the ball would come right down in between them, and there'd be a Chatham player to grab it and do something with it. And you can't give up second chances to this type of a team because they'll burn you with it.
Right. I mean, I totally agree, and they did a lot. But aside from that, I thought we played well. We handled their pressure really well. We got a lot of open looks. Our outside shot wasn't really falling. Would we have 3 made baskets from the outside?
I think
Mesa had 2. Mia had 1. Our shot falls. We rebound. A couple of things go our way. I mean, maybe it's a different ball game, but
we say, and Jan and I had talked about this. They defended when Piper was in the game. They defended her pretty hard out at the 3-point line, and I thought maybe if Piper could have gotten loose a couple of times and got a couple of her patented 3-pointers down, this might have been a different basketball game. But they played pretty good defense on her when she was in.
Yeah, I mean, they know Piper pretty well. They know what she's capable of. I mean, even though she hasn't played, this is only her second game this year, but everyone knows Piper can shoot it, and that's the nice thing about Piper. She can do a little bit of everything. So we're happy to have her back, and there are going to be days that the other team's going to guard her hard in the post, and then there are going to be days that they put a guard on her, and they're going to stop her shot.
Mia did some good things on the floor tonight, I thought, to get herself open. We had talked about this, that this is probably not a type of the defenses that she has faced in the past weren't keying on her, but now they see what she can do, they're going to key on her and McKinley. And I thought she did a pretty good job of getting herself open and doing some different things rather than trying to get the threes out at the line all the time. She had a couple of nice drives inside, drew a couple of fouls. I thought she did a pretty good job of trying to get herself open offensively.
Yeah, I think she did too. We asked her to go to the basket a few times, and she did a nice job with that. I thought our offense looked okay tonight. We threw the ball away a couple times and made some questionable decisions at times, but for the most part, with that kind of pressure, I thought we did a pretty good job of handling the pressure and getting in our offensive sets and getting good looks. Some of our shots didn't fall, and we didn't get that many putbacks.
We have talked in the past about the press and the struggles that we have against the press, and we had a little bit of trouble getting the ball inbounds, and then even when we did get it inbounds, they really weren't double teaming, right. Yet we still had a little bit of trouble recognizing
right.
that we just needed to be patient and bring the ball up one-on-one, right. And we could do that.
Right. That's something that we kind of told them we didn't think that they would double team you. I think they did maybe a couple times right at the end there, but just they're in a man. Just everybody clear out. Let's bring the ball up the floor. It doesn't matter who brings it up. Just somebody gets the ball up the floor. If Grace ends up with it, Grace bring it up. If Mia's got it, Mia bring it up. Just get the ball up the floor. Let's set in our offense. I think that sometimes we try to do too much, and sometimes less is more.
Yes. You talked about the rebounding and how the rebounding hurts you. Well, what I've seen here in the games that I've watched is the teams, because of the defense you're playing, are going to a 5 perimeter or a 4 perimeter and
right.
1 at the free throw line, and that's extending your low players, and that's making a huge difference in your rebounding. Sometimes I don't think they get back in quick enough,
right.
And that's where we're getting caught. Or, on that weak side, you got to look and find somebody, and I think that's where we may struggle.
And that's something that, we talked about at practice yesterday. Our weak side was really open, and even yesterday, and it was again today. And so, it's just something we got to get better at, And then when we do get a box out, sometimes one person misses it, or we box out and then we don't go get the ball. We stand and watch.
Yes.
And we just got to be better at knowing the rotation on the box out and who should be getting who. And you're right, when they extend us out, our guards have to do a little extra. And she's got to be better at dropping and being in a rebounding position, not just a defensive position.
You know, as a guard, that you probably did what I did, and you let the big girls block out as a guard. You shot in and got the ball, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, come on. But I don't know. The game is a little bit different now, and everybody's got to box out right now. We're small. I mean, especially without McKinley in there, we're small, and everybody's got to box out.
Now, I hope Sienna is okay.
Yeah, I hope so too. I haven't had a chance to talk to her again since the locker room. So
yes, you know, I so appreciate the energy that she brings onto the floor.
Right.
And she does a good job handling the ball. I think she's probably the best at backing out of a situation.
She does do a nice job of that. Yeah.
So I appreciate what she does on the floor for you guys.
Yeah, she's a nice spark for us. You know, when she comes out off the bench, you know, we like that energy. It kind of gets everybody going again, and she did a good job today.
Well, very sorry that we didn't come away with the win, tying it up and going into overtime. You know, foul trouble was not in our favor at that time, and unfortunately we sent them to the line, and they didn't shoot great.
No, they didn't.
But
we
they had
rebound.
enough.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you use this broadcast as a game film, please ignore the play-by-play guy and his reaction to some of the calls or non-calls on the floor. I'm going to apologize to our loyal listeners, but hey, I call what I see from up here and or what I don't see, what I see that's not called. So, but again, if you're going to use that as an example, you might want to turn the volume down. I didn't do anything that will get our license in trouble, but just ignore some of it. Well, you've got a week off now. Is this a week that you would like to have off at this point to say, we played 4 tough games, 4 tough opponents. I'd like the week off to kind of give the kids some practice and get some teaching time in?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've got, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be in our own gym with our own players and just try to get better.
Saturday matchup against Lanphier coming up, and then you start another busy week because you've got Lanphier on Saturday, the KIP Hoop Fest on Monday, and then I can't remember, is there a Tuesday game? Is there a game the next night, Tuesday at Mount Zion? So it's going to be another busy week.
Yeah,
after Saturday.
I think it's busy from here on out pretty much.
I think you're right. So, well, sorry about the loss today, Coach, but I thought it was a good basketball game. It was an entertaining basketball game, that's for sure. And I thought your kids played really hard, just didn't come out on the right end, let's put it that way. But the kids played hard today and really had a good showing against a tough Chatham team.
Thank you.
We'll let you go on home. Thanks for joining us on the post-game show. That's been Taylor Rohrer here on the post-game show. Have anything you would like to add before we sign off today?
Well, again, I see great things happening from the Lady Railers. They improve in different ways. I think Piper coming back into the game, as we had talked about, these players aren't used to playing with her, and I think once they get used to seeing what she can do and where she's going to be, I think that's going to be an improvement for the team, and I look forward to seeing what they do here after a week off and coming back and hopefully getting back on the winning track.
I think what's great is that we have seen, at least the past 2 Saturdays, that this is a team that can hold their own practically against anybody. I mean, you go up against a tough Morton team, beat them here at Roy S., and you've got a Chatham team that comes in here. Even without Alexis Newman, they still have a lot of weapons. That's a team finished second in the state last year, and you basically take them into overtime. So I think we've seen that this team can hold their own with anybody. They just have, you just got to put it all together, have a couple of breaks go here and there your way, and you'll be on the other end of the scoreboard.
Exactly. A couple of those shots would have fallen. It would have been a totally different outcome.
So for Connor Shaw, for all of our fine sponsors, for Bobby V listening at home, for station manager Jim Ash, for Lloyd Kirby, the social media manager, for my broadcast partner Jan Bowers, this is Jay Harden signing off from Roy S. Anderson, where Lincoln goes down today 66-56 in overtime to Chatham Glenwood. The next Lady Railer broadcast will be Saturday afternoon, I believe, from right here in Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium as the Lady Lions of Lanphier come to town. That heated rivalry between Lincoln and Lanphier continues here in the Central State 8. Well, good afternoon, folks, and thanks for listening.
Are you sick and tired of the telephone calls, text messages, and ads in the mail for Medicare open enrollment? Medicare open enrollment begins October 15th and ends December 7th. Changes made during this time will go into effect January 1, 2025. Feel free to call me, local Medicare agent Darrett Entwistle, and set an appointment to go over 2025 changes and plans. My office is in downtown Lincoln, or I can meet with you at your home if you like. Again, call me, Darrett Entwistle, your local Medicare agent and your friend in health insurance, 217-651-8046.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Hello, Lincoln and Logan County. This is Chris Grau from Grau Chevrolet Buick in Lincoln. When it comes time to choose someone to repair your car, truck, or SUV, don't you think you'd feel more comfortable working with the local people you know and trust? Our team in service, parts, and detail have the tools, training, and knowledge that will get your repairs done quickly with less downtime and at the right price. Call the local pros at 217-735-4444 at Grau Chevrolet Buick on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Joe Ryan here with Country Financial. As pensions go by the wayside and your retirement approaches, have you thought about what your retirement income will look like? No, I'm not talking about how much money you have saved. I am talking about a retirement income, a guaranteed paycheck for life. That's right, a paycheck issued to you every month for the rest of your life. Sound interesting? Let's talk. 735-4385.
Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. WLCN's live video stream coverage is made possible by Me Realty. Whether buying or selling, trust the professionals at Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln. Go online to merealty.com. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, located at 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln, and online at myfgec.org. Culver's of Lincoln, home of the Butterburger. Stop by before or after the game, located at 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Grau Incorporated, serving Lincoln and Logan County since 1953, located at 1905 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-4444 or go online to grauinc.com. Chestnut Health Systems, offering a comprehensive scope of behavioral health and human services in Illinois and Missouri. Call 888-924-3786. State Farm Insurance Agent Brian Clark, with offices at 628 North Chicago Street in Lincoln, or call 217-732-6211. Collision Concepts, located at 1005 Macon Street, just off Woodlawn Road west of Culver's. Call 217-735-2100 or find them online at collisionconceptsinc.com. Complete Lawn Care, offering year-round service for all your outdoor needs, including lawn care, gutter cleaning, and snow removal. For a free estimate or for more information, call 217-732-9734. Dara Entwistle, independent health insurance agent advocating for you, your family, and your company. Located at 101.5 South Kickapoo Street, Suite 6 in Lincoln. Call 217-651-8046. Heartland Bank and Trust Company. Heartland Bank and Trust Company gives you choices with personal or business checking accounts that fit you. Good people, great account choices. Heartland Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Heartland Community College is Lincoln's community college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student. Discover Heartland, discover your future. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln. Emo's Cafe, your family restaurant serving home-cooked meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Located at 616 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, phone 217-605-0171. Emo's Cafe, Lincoln's family restaurant. The Johnson family, in honor of Keith Johnson, a proud supporter of Lincoln Lady Railer basketball for over 50 years. LCHS Lady Railer basketball alumni. Lincoln Lady Railer basketball, a proud tradition of Lincoln Community High School athletics. Once a Railer, always a Railer. Lincoln Heating and Cooling, located at 1716 Tremont Street in Lincoln. Phone 217-735-5835. The LMH Community Health Collaborative, improving the health of the people and the communities it serves. Chase Lowry Edward Jones Financial, your Lincoln Edward Jones financial advisor. Located at 407 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, learn how Chase can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com or stop by the office. Member SIPC. Joe Ryan Country Financial, located at 509 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Call 217-735-4385. Schneider Masonry, family owned and operated in Central Illinois with over 40 years of experience serving builders, contractors, and homeowners. Free estimates available. Call 217-314-9654. Simply Traveled Cruise Planners. Let LCHS alum Amy Wiggers-Chen help with domestic and global travel arrangements for groups, generational travel, Disney, all things cruises, and all-inclusive travel. Simply Traveled is so much more than cruises. Call Amy at 615-961-6474 or go online to simply-traveled.com. United Community Bank, located at 2201 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln and online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank is the leader in community banking and stands ready to help both individuals and businesses. Phone 217-735-5400. Lincoln Mayor Tracy and Annette Welch. Thank you for watching WLCN's live video stream coverage of Lincoln Community High School Lady Railer basketball. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.